0 will be occupied by wide receiver R.J. Sneed, who was certainly a standout last year as like your number.
This is Connolly Cadets Football, presented by Masonic Construction, building trust with quality work since 1969. American Bank, face-to-face banking, state-of-the-art technology, local decisions. Parsons Roofing, it's not just a roof, it's our reputation. Sturdasteel spectator seating for grandstands, bleachers, and press boxes with design, engineering, and fabrication at sturdasteel.com. And Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, Southwest Sports Medicine. Connolly Cadets Football is also sponsored by
Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat, the First National Bank of Central Texas, Petty Clinic Low T, the Willis Law Firm, Graham Properties, Richard Carr Motors, Halo Athletic Center, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, First Central Credit Union, Camille Johnson Realty, Boozer's Jewelers, Bird Culchin Ford. Here's David Smoke, Paul Catalina, and Craig Smoke.
Good afternoon and good evening from Mac People Stadium at Connolly ISD on the campus of the Connolly Cadets opening night. Actually, the second night of the 2020 high school football season, as two teams coming off of 12-1 records last season meet here tonight, the Connolly Cadets and Sunnyvale. Sunnyvale head coach John Settle, Shane Anderson, alum of Connolly High School, and the head coach of the Cadets, who's put together quite the record in the last 5 years. This is 6th year of being the head coach at Connolly High School. We'll have Paul Catalina in a moment. We'll feature now running back, defensive linebacker Kavion Gaither, and also hear from Craig Smoke with our Texas Tour Gear sideline reports. Deontay Epps is in our booth tonight. He's the producer of SicEm365 Radio. And welcome Chewy, JC, and Hector, and Bill McCutcheon, and the folks at 106.7 The Eagle. We appreciate them as we're on terrestrial radio as well. We're on the SicEm365 app. And good evening, good afternoon. High school football started last night in Texas. A scattering of games, many more tonight. And we weren't sure we would ever get to this point. 100th year of high school football. And in football, Texas, of course, both come together. The chemistry is there. And we will start this season, Connolly and Sunnyvale. Paul Catalina, we'll get to Craig a little bit later on. We'll also hear from Connolly head football coach Shane Anderson. Coming off 12-1, they made the run. Gilmer knocked them out. Same team that knocked Sunnyvale out a couple of years ago. JV on Sunday is at the University of Washington, but this Connolly team now has set the standard. Everybody continues to chase that 1990 team that went to the quarterfinals, but Shane Anderson has built a very nice, sustainable, and consistent program with the Cadets.
Yeah, there's Connolly teams a few years ago that if you lose a guy like JV on Sunday, then that's kind of that would be kind of it for them for a couple years. But this Connolly team, so much better, so much stronger, so much deeper. The addition of Tyler Webb at quarterback will be interesting. Kavion Gaither, who was their quarterback last year, now turns into their factor back, their big play guy, and he's a leader on the team. He's Mr. Steady, emotional. Smokey, you've talked to him. You could not get a more easygoing leader on a team, and kids take on the personality of the leaders of the team. Plus, they've got, big offensive linemen that are going to cool places like Torrey Pullen. So they're good to go all the way across the field. They're going to lose, obviously, something with JV on Sunday. Those guys just don't, pop out of the ground and say, hey, here I am. But they're still going to be an explosive team. They're still going to be really athletic. They're still going to be really tough on defense. And they're still going to have that Shane Anderson attitude.
JV on Sunday, by the way, 5,396 yards rushing, 71 career touchdowns. They were 12-1. And then Gilmer knocked them out last year, 35-20. The year before that, 8-4. So they're looking for their third consecutive playoff appearance under head coach Shane Anderson. Sunnyvale and head coach John Settle, they've got quite the story. He is 83-20 at Sunnyvale. They've made the playoffs 12-1 last year, knocked out by eventual state champion Pleasant Grove. And as I mentioned, I guess it was a couple of years ago, beaten by Gilmer 38-24, a playoff team in there as well. This is such a unique night, one that we're playing games we didn't know. Number two, that's the 100th year of Texas high school football. Can't stress that enough and how important that is. And three, that we're here because of all the ups and downs, the emotional roller coaster, decisions, changes, decisions being overturned, and because of COVID. And everybody, and they've done a great job here at the stadium as I walked up and down the bleachers a couple of different times of looking where they have families sitting in certain sections and, of course, 6 feet spacing. It's all a part of it. There will be cheerleaders. There will be the atmosphere. There will be fans. And that was something that was in jeopardy really the last 3 or 4 months.
By the way, one of the fans here is one of our OG sponsors, Lance Donaldson.
Lance Donaldson
right
from
down there.
Donaldson Realty. Exactly. We appreciate him. As all of the sponsors, the core sponsors, the corporate sponsors of Connolly Football, Masonic Construction, Sturda Steel, Graham Properties, Parsons Roofing, and American Bank. And then our showcase presenting and title sponsors of high school football on SicEm365 Radio and on 106.7 as well. Of course, we're talking about Southwest Sports Medicine, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, and also U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company. And thanks to First Central Credit Union, we appreciate them. They sponsor the broadcast on 106.7. The Eagle and our buddy JC and Chewy and Hector, those guys have been helping us out, Mr. McCutcheon, as well. We got a lot to get to. We'll also set up the district that Connolly is in, District 9 4A, Division 2. We'll hear from Kavion Gaither in our Connolly player profile with Paul Catalina. And then my conversation with Cadets head coach Shane Anderson. We'll have the starting lineups. We'll look at these two teams. We'll look at the history a little bit more than even I've already discussed as well. Connolly football, by the way, started back in 1951. They were 4-5, lost to Ira Dell. Ira Dell is now like a Class 1A team, 2A team, 18-6 in the first year. The 1990 team, I said they set the standard, 13-1, lost to Crockett 35-6 in the quarterfinals. They have made some runs. Last year they thought they could make one that's even deeper. And now when you look at the way everything is set up in Division 2 and 4A, well, all of a sudden, Carthage, who's dominated along with La Vega, Class 4A Division 1, they're now Class 4A Division 2, and that's a team that, well, either Sunnyvale or Connolly or whoever it might be, if they continue to go well into November, and maybe if we get to December, which we hope we do, you know that some point or another, that's probably who you're going to have to beat along the way. It's Connolly football. It's SicEm365 Radio. SicEm365 also on the app, SicEm365.com, and 106.7, The Eagle. This is Connolly Cadets football, back with our District 9 4A Division 2 standings and the schedule next. Connolly Cadets football continues in a moment.
The SicEm365 Radio High School Football Showcase is sponsored by the U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company at GoArmy.com or 254-598-8131.
Boots add protection. Good boots help you climb better and move forward faster. And when your son or daughter steps into the boots of a U.S. Army officer, they also learn how to lead. In these boots, they'll gain more confidence with expert training in one of more than 150 occupational specialties. In these boots, they'll stand a little taller and lead a team with diverse backgrounds and areas of expertise to successfully accomplish whatever challenge comes next. In these boots, they'll earn respect with valuable experience from day one that will give them solid footing for success into the future. Highly qualified candidates who earn a spot on our team can receive comprehensive health care coverage, college tuition assistance, and a bonus of up to $40,000. See all the things your son or daughter can achieve in our boots at GoArmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543.
First is Central Credit Union has expanded our playbook. Ready to kick off as a first-time home buyer? Having a hard time making the first down? First Central's Open Door Mortgage loans up to 95% of the appraised home value. Our starting lineup includes low closing costs, no points, low origination fees, flexible terms, and competitive rates. Thinking about mortgage refinancing? This way works for you too. Apply online at firstcentralcu.com. We are opening doors to home ownership at First Central.
Some restrictions apply. Rates subject to change. Equal housing lender. Member NCUA.
At Ideal MRI, we feel blessed to be a part of the Waco community. We're a small family business right here in Central Texas, and our goal is to bring down the cost of health care while maintaining high quality. At times like this, the cost of health care has never been more important, and unfortunately, significant illnesses and injuries still occur. That's why Ideal MRI is open and here to serve you through the difficult time. We offer premium MRIs just like a hospital with state-of-the-art technology and specialists, but you'll pay less. Sometimes thousands of dollars less, whether you're using insurance or not. At Ideal MRI, we accept most insurance and there are no hidden costs. Even offering financing if that's needed, everything included in the price, and you'll not get something as a surprise in the mail later on. If you need an MRI, ask your doctor about Ideal MRI. They'll know. You can schedule an appointment safely from home online in minutes at idealmri.com or give us a call, 833-IDEAL-MRI, idealmri.com.
The District 9 4A Division II update is brought to you by Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat, your friend in the car business on Loop 340 and east of 84 in Waco. Come by. Let's be friends.
High school football coverage as well. Connally in District 9 4A Division II this year. Tonight, China Spring, Gatesville, Gerald, Robinson, Salado, and Conley are all in the district, a 6-team district. So there are 5 district games, and you got to get the right ones to make it.
Masonic Construction is celebrating 52 years as an award-winning, family-owned and operated business excelling in general construction and construction management. Masonic Construction is
Spring, Gatesville in Llano tonight, Gerald's at Burnett, Robinson plays the Ducks at Taylor, and at Mary Hardin Baylor in Belton, Salado, and Troy. That's District 9 4A Division II. Now, next week, China Spring will play at Lorena. Gatesville will host Glen Rose. Gerald's at Fredericksburg. They start off with a couple of, I believe, straight road games. Robinson at Whitney. Grandview, the two-time defending champion Division, Class 3A Division I, Grandview plays at Salado. And then Conley next week will be, a 10-minute drive from here to take on arch rival La Vega, who played in the state championship last year, and they've won two state titles in the last 5 years. That game will be at Willie Williams Stadium at La Vega High School. So those are the first 2 games for Conley. Tonight, Sunnyvale and La Vega. 12-1 Sunnyvale, and a team that played for the state championship last year in La Vega, and we know what they do with Don Hyde in that program. Oh, and then the third week, Springtown, the Porcupines, who were beaten in the semifinals by La Vega. It's a brutal schedule to start it off, but when you start to win, that's who you have to start to play as well, because you're not going to just get any of the cupcakes. Palestine in week 4, and I know Lance Angel, their head coach at Palestine, he's bounced around Canton, Palestine. He was the AD at Bryan. He's back at Palestine, and they'll be pretty good as well. So that's District 9 4A, Division II tonight, and also next week as we'll start to see teams with like check marks and wins and losses, and we'll have scores and we'll have stats and much more, and of course help you out along the way. And at halftime, we'll have stats, we'll have highlights, we'll look at other scores as well around Central Texas. Ryan Davis is here, our spotter. Deontay Epps is our producer. Craig Smoke, Paul Catalina, David Smoke in the broadcast here at Mac People Stadium. When we come back, the Connolly player profile, and then Connolly head coach Shane Anderson. This is Connolly Cadets football.
Masonic Construction is celebrating 52 years as an award-winning family-owned and operated business excelling in general construction and construction management. Masonic Construction is proud to support Connolly ISD's tradition of excellence in education and athletics, including owners calling Connolly High their alma mater, Vicky Masonic, class of 1974, and Aaron Miner from the class of 2002. Masonic Construction, celebrating 50-plus years by building trust with quality work. MasonicConstruction.com.
Boozers is the wedding ring store and more. If you're ready to get engaged or already married and want to upgrade your wife's ring for a special anniversary, Boozers is the place to go. With the largest selection of premier quality diamond engagement rings and wedding rings in Central Texas. They have 7 cases with over 300 styles of rings from top designers like Natalie Kay. Choose from yellow, white, or rose gold, plus beautiful top quality loose diamonds. With an in-house jewelry, they can also custom make anything you want. Bring in a picture or drawing and let Boozers create your one-of-a-kind pendant or ring. They can even use some of your old gold and diamond jewelry to create something new. At Boozers, you'll find a great selection of quality timepieces, and Boozers is the place for expert watch maintenance and repairs too. They specialize in expert Rolex watch repair for fine jewelry, watches, custom work, and more. Go to Boozers on Valley Mills and Lake Air Drive in Waco.
Boozers, the wedding ring store and more.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible and rewarding challenge. Hi, everyone. This is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help. With remarkable products like mortgage lending, we've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. The First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Tonight's Connolly Cadets Player Profile is sponsored by Sturda Steel Spectator Seating for grandstands, bleachers, and press boxes with design, engineering, and fabrication at SturdaSteel.com.
Our player profile this week is star running back, wide receiver, sometimes quarterback, Kavion Gaither, who you know from his big plays all over the field, but what you may not know about him is he has a secret passion.
My biggest passion outside of football is probably, I gotta say, cooking with my mom. You know, I have a lot of fun cooking with my mom and just making meals and just making my family happy.
And KG is a kid who always wants to help out. He's a leader everywhere he goes, whether it's on the field or in his own home, and he wanted to help out his mom and was very intrigued by cooking, so he just jumped right in.
Man, it's just, you know, I've always wanted to help my mom cook and just help around the house. You know, it's just always the thing I've always wanted to learn and be able to pick up on, because whenever I have my own family, you know, I'm going to have to probably cook something or whatever. It's only going to help me.
What's his specialty? Well, let's just say he's a morning person.
Ooh, shoot, I got to say breakfast. I can cook down some breakfast. Eggs, bacon, sausage, waffles, pancakes, anything except some grits. I don't like grits.
One of my favorite parts about doing these player profile interviews is catching up with the players' parents and finding out why they're passionate about what they're passionate about. And I got to talk to KG's mom, Becky, about how this all started.
Yes, sir. Actually, he's always asked. That's one thing. KG loves food. KVN loves to eat. And he's always asked, what we eat and what we eat. And I was like, you know what? You're going to start getting in the kitchen and you're going to start cooking. So this happened last year. And I knew I needed to start transitioning him to do more meals and cooking for himself and doing stuff, because I knew preparing him to get ready to go off to college. But now he asks what's for supper, and he gets in there and he has at it. Breakfast is actually his favorite meal to cook. Mm-hmm. And so now I tell him we have a meal, a board. And so he already knows what we're eating, and he jumped right on it.
And one thing you know about Kavion Gaither on the field is he'll do whatever's asked from him, whether it's moving from quarterback to running back or doing whatever he needs to do to help the team, to make the team better. He'll do that. Plus, he's not afraid of anything when it's tackling it in the kitchen or in life. And that's echoed by his mother.
He's not afraid of any of it. No, sir. And, with KG, he's and with anything that he does, he wants to do it right the first time. He wants to make sure that the meat is at the right temperature. So for him to pick it up, for me just to tell him and go step by step, he picked it up so quickly. And I told him he was really good at it. And he gives me that look like, Mom, come on, really? I'm like, this is great. And I love it. You're going to make, you're going to be able to make meals for your friends and all this stuff. So it's been really good. But to see him catch on so quick, it's been.
Now, I asked KG if he saw himself one day as a restaurateur or a chef, and he said no, he's more focused on business right now. But his mother loves the idea and thinks he would tackle it wholesale.
I think he could. Kavian is he puts his effort and his 100% into everything that he does. I mean, even just wanting to do cooking and of course we give him kudos. We one of my main things is we sit down at the table as a family to eat supper. That means a lot to me. And I'll even tell him, great job, KG. This, pizza casserole tastes amazing. He's like, Mom, and I'm like, no, seriously, it's really, really good. Next time I'm going to have you do it all by yourself. So it's good. I would love.
And just to wrap up with a couple football things, it's been a rough offseason for pretty much everyone in America, but especially for the players who maybe didn't think this season would happen. And now that we're staring down the barrel of a game, Kavion Gaither and the Cadets couldn't be happier.
Man, it's a dream come true. We're just trying to take it one game at a time, and just whatever games they're allowing us to play, we're going to work until that moment and try to get a win.
And that's going to do it for us on the player profile with Kavion Gaither and his mother, Becky. David Smoke's up next with head coach Shane Anderson. You're listening to Connolly Cadets Football on SicEm365.com and 106.7 The Eagle.
With a proven performance reputation spanning 85 years, Sturda Steel operates with one sole purpose, producing the highest quality seating solutions with the best and most efficient processes in the industry. With engineered, fabricated, and installed grandstands and bleachers all across North America. Whether seating 50 to 50,000, the skill and versatility of our workmen are evident in the quality and precision work detailed on every bleacher and grandstand project. Sturda Steel, family owned and operated since 1934 at sturdasteel.com.
How can we help you? That's a question we ask every day at American Bank. Hi, I'm President and CEO Dana Hassel. Our commitment to our customers is what drives us. It's why we've invested in new branch buildings and technology like ITMs that let you speak to a teller face-to-face from your car. It's why we work with local businesses, helping Waco grow and thrive. And it's why decisions about your accounts and loans are made here in Waco by people who know you. How can we help you? Find out at American Bank, member FDIC.
Masonic Construction is celebrating 52 years as an award-winning, family-owned and operated business excelling in general construction and construction management. Masonic Construction is proud to support Connolly ISD's tradition of excellence in education and athletics, including owners calling Connolly High their alma mater, Vicky Masonic, class of 1974, and Aaron Miner from the class of 2002. Masonic Construction, celebrating 50-plus years by building trust with quality work. MasonicConstruction.com.
The biggest, the baddest, and proven to be the best. Ram is back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now, get the Ram you've been waiting for less from your friend in the car business, Alan Samuels. A new loaded-up 2020 Ram 1500 Longhorn 4x4. Now with a whopping $12,000 off. And first responders receive an additional $500. Big summer clearance event savings from the Ram leader, Alan Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Ask for details. All offers with approved credit.
This interview with Connolly Cadets AD and head football coach Shane Anderson is brought to you by Parsons Roofing, America's #1 Duralast company since 1948 at parsonsroofing.com.
Connolly football coach Shane Anderson with me on SicEm365 Radio and 106.7 The Eagle. Man, it's great to be a part of Connolly football. Here we go. We, at times throughout the last several months, didn't know if we'd get here, and here we are.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. Just super thankful for the opportunity to get back on the grass and, super happy for these kids to have the opportunity. About a month and a half ago, we were all sitting here when McLennan County shut down wondering if this was really going to happen. And once we got to go, man, the kids they've bought in and they understand that it's a day-to-day deal and they understand that anything can be taken away from us at any point in time. And they've really bought into that and they've done a great job and we're excited to see them on Friday night.
Do you feel like you had enough time once you got back into the routine and then with what you were able to do with what would normally fall workouts, the scrimmage against Lorena? Do you know who you are?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the good thing is we have a lot of kids that have played a lot of football and won a lot of football games, so they know what it takes and they know what's expected of them. The not having 2 scrimmages is a little bit different, especially from an insertion standpoint. Inserting our plays that offensively and then fronts and stunts defensively. So we feel like we're maybe a little bit behind there, but everybody's in the same boat, so we're just going to hit the ground running.
You know about Sunnyvale, what John Settle's done. They've been very successful. They've had a great run the last several years, but you don't know much about them because they didn't scrimmage. They had a late start, but they've been successful. Any doubt that they're going to bring one hell of a football team to Waco?
No, there's no doubt at all. John Settle's a heck of a ball coach. He's won and done a great job everywhere he's been, and they were able to. His coaching staff was able to come watch us scrimmage against Lorena, and he and I talked, before the scrimmage, and they're a little bit behind the 8 ball. They didn't get to start until the 17th, and they've only had a couple days in pads, and then they started school today. So the deal for them is they're a little bit behind the 8 ball as well, but he'll have them ready to play. They've also got a lot of kids that have won a lot of football games and know what to expect, and I think experience just takes over once you get to Friday night.
Know they have a lot of skill back. They do lose a quarterback. Makeda, his brother, I think, is a part of the mix in some ways. Taylor, whoever's going to play quarterback. They do have a lot of skilled people back. The backs are back. The receivers, they got a lot of catches. Your thoughts about what you know about them and how skilled they are?
They're an old wing tee. Principles out of the shotgun, and they're going to run power. They're going to run the GF counter, and they're going to run buck sweep until you stop it. And then once you stop it, they'll try to lull you to sleep, and they're going to hit you on the play action. They're going for the home run. They're not going to wait around and dink and dunk. They're going to run in football until you get up there too close, and then they're going to go over the top and try to score a touchdown. So we'll have to be very disciplined on the back end.
You've changed Kavion's role. Obviously, he's there whenever you need him, but you've changed his role. First carry against Lorena in the scrimmage, he went basically almost the distance. Your thoughts, it doesn't get him more touches because he's not touching it on every play as a quarterback, but your thoughts about maybe getting him out in open space more? Yeah,
like I said all along, KG's a great football player. It doesn't matter where we put him. I mean, he's played corner, he's played safety, he's played quarterback, he's played, now he's playing running back and outside linebacker, and so, wherever we put him, he's going to do a great job. But anytime you can get him matched up with a linebacker or a strong safety, that's going to create problems for people.
You're not starting off with some like fluff. You got Sunnyvale, then you don't want to look too far ahead. Then you have La Vega, then Springtown, who lost their season, ended against La Vega. Hey, and I know Lance Angel at Palestine's now been there long enough to kind of reestablish what he can do. Your thoughts about this schedule to start it out?
Well, it's going to be tough, and we told our kids all along, the great thing about it is we'll know where we're at as a football team going into our district schedule, and at the end of the day, these first 4 are not going to dictate our season. They're not going to make or break us. They have nothing to do with our team goals, and, all they are is a great opportunity to see where we stack up against some of the best teams in the state of Texas. And like you said, those first 3 are all top 10 teams, and then Palestine's a 3-round team from last year, and Coach Angel's got back there, like you said, and done a great job. So we're going to have to be ready to go, and each and every week it's going to be a big time, knockdown, drag-out type football game.
Connally head football coach Shane Anderson with me on SicEm365 Radio, 106.7 FM, The Eagle.
This Connally Cadets pregame show is sponsored by Masonic Construction, building trust with quality work since 1969. Contact us at MasonicConstruction.com.
Masonic Construction is celebrating 52 years as an award-winning, family-owned and operated business excelling in general construction and construction management. Masonic Construction is proud to support Connally ISD's tradition of excellence in education and athletics, including owners calling Connally High their alma mater, Vicky Masonic, class of 1974, and Aaron Miner from the class of 2002. Masonic Construction, celebrating 50-plus years by building trust with quality work. MasonicConstruction.com.
Parsons Roofing has been serving Central Texas since 1948, and we can handle your commercial roofing needs from repair to re-roofing. And no one handles more school than Parsons Roofing. Parsons Roofing has been named Contractor of the Year for 14 consecutive years. Parsons Roofing, a name Central Texans have trusted for over 70 years. It's not just a roof, it's our reputation. You can contact us today for a free roof evaluation, including hail claims at 877-881-1733 or on the web at parsonsroofing.com.
At Ideal MRI, we feel blessed to be a part of the Waco community. We're a small family business right here in Central Texas, and our goal is to bring down the cost of healthcare while maintaining high quality. At times like this, the cost of healthcare has never been more important, and unfortunately, significant illnesses and injuries still occur. That's why Ideal MRI is open and here to serve you through the difficult time. We offer premium MRIs just like a hospital with state-of-the-art technology and specialists, but you'll pay less. Sometimes thousands of dollars less, whether you're using insurance or not. At Ideal MRI, we accept most insurance and there are no hidden costs, even offering financing if that's needed. Everything included in the price, and you'll not get something as a surprise in the mail later on. If you need an MRI, ask your doctor about Ideal MRI. They'll know. You can schedule an appointment safely from home online in minutes at idealmri.com or give us a call, 833-IDEAL-MRI, idealmri.com. Stepping into the boots of a U.S. Army officer can add confidence and leadership skills to your son or daughter's career path. See all the things they can achieve in our boots at goarmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543.
Tonight's starting lineups and injury updates is sponsored by IdealMRI.com. IdealMRI.com. Premium quality MRIs, affordable. Now that's ideal at IdealMRI.com. Ideal MRI is a small family business right here in Central Texas. We're open to support you while lowering the cost of healthcare bills. When you need an MRI, ask your doctor for an Ideal MRI. Visit us at idealmri.com or call us at 833-IDEAL-MRI.
Let Camille Johnson Realtors guide you seamlessly through the process of buying your dream home or selling your current one, commercial, farm and ranch, or residential. Camille Johnson Realtors can smoothly and successfully lead you through any transaction with a team of 24 experienced agents who are excited about serving you. Camille Johnson Realtors services the entire greater Waco area. If you're in the market to buy or sell, contact Camille Johnson Realtors, 104 Midway Center in Woodway, or find them online at www.camillejohnson.com. Camille Johnson Realtors, elegant, charming, warm. Welcome home.
The presenting sponsor of Connolly Cadets football is Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Trust the doctors who Baylor trusts. We help you get back in the game.
Back at Mac Peoples Stadium, the national anthem played. The coin toss, Kavion Gaither will represent Connolly. There's others who are a part of that, including Paris Cox, the second. He is out with a hamstring injury. Our Ideal MRI injury report. Also Tyler Webb, Torrey Pullen, and also Marcus Long Jr. And Conley in the white with very similar colors, except there's silver, that beautiful silver that Conley has. Conley and also Sunnyvale meet at midfield, and that's Alex Luna, who is the not Alex Luna. Alex Luna, the running back linebacker for Sunnyvale, Kavion Gaither. All right, so for the Connolly Cadets, offensive line, left tackle to right tackle, Jermaine Spurlark, Torrey Pullen, Cody Kopman, Kobe Gray, and Junior Beatty. Senior, and the right side is two juniors, quarterback Tyler Webb, the senior, Bronche Miles, Marcus Long, and Trey Wisner, the wide receivers, Kavion Gaither, the running back, and Tyler Webb, as I mentioned, the quarterback. And then Caden Turner, along with many others, Trey Walker, David De La Fuente, they will be running in that H-back tight end position. Sunnyvale's quarterback is Jake Taylor, replacing Trip Makeda. He had over 7,000, in fact, nearly 8,000 yards of total offense. His brother Max is going to be maybe a part of that quarterback rotation, also a wing-back slot wide receiver. Their father was a quarterback at Army back in the 90s, and so some really good bloodlines there as well. Kicking off right now is Jake Pacina. Back deep, Conley with Long, among others. Pacina with a high pooch kick and a fair catch immediately made by Bronche Miles at the Conley 31-yard line. So we start off, pooch kick, Conley with their mainly all-blue uniforms, the white and silver trim, the helmets in silver, very similar to the ones I wore at Universal City Randolph, with the double C on the side in blue. And Tyler Webb will take his first snap as a varsity quarterback at Conley High School. Sunnyvale with a very almost like a Penn State look, but not quite the Penn State colors, with the blue, the white jerseys, the blue numbers, the white helmets, and the numbers on the sides of the helmet. So Webb will be in the shotgun with Gaither to his right side. They'll have two receivers to the near side, and the snap from the 27, throw it out in the flat, that pass is over and outside the hands. Trey Wisner should have had that. It's a good throw by Webb. They're trying to get him untracked early. He was at one point in the scrimmage last Thursday against Lorena, 2 for 11. That was a pass that should have been caught. Wisner, the sophomore, very talented sophomore, had it go through his hands at 2nd down and 10, and again at the 29-yard line.
Tyler Webb, in his development, one of the things he needed to do was stop throwing kind of as he jumped. He needs to stay on his feet. And
Gaither, delay off the right side, makes the first man miss and gets out close to the 34. That's a gain of 5. It's 3rd and 5 now. Looked like he had a little bit more time. Max Makeda, just mentioned him, a receiver and a safety, made the tackle. 5 yards for Gaither, and it's 3rd down and 5 for Conley at their 34-yard line.
Yeah, one of the big advantages the Cadets will have all year is, look, the smallest guy in their line's 265, or 260. They're pretty big all the way across.
Sunnyvale with a 3-man front with 2 backers on the edges. This is Gaither, right side, cuts it up. 1st down, 40, outside the 40. Trey Wisner, on the zone read out to the 43-yard line, so he makes up for the drop, picks up 8 yards and a 1st down. Zach Bardis made the tackle for Sunnyvale.
Yeah, and this team, last year was, like we keep talking about Javion Sunday, it wasn't just him. I mean, he had a bunch of yards, but look, there were times where he just sat there and watched as the rest of the team ran roughshod over people. There are lots of weapons on this Conley offense. 1st down,
Conley at their 43. Webb throws a sideline pass, and he misses Miles, who stopped at about midfield, a little bit outside, so Webb starts 0 for 2. 2nd and 10, Conley at their 43-yard line, 53 seconds into the opening quarter. Sunnyvale with the 3-man front again, 2 stand-up type hybrid defensive end linebackers. Split near side. 2 receivers each way, and this is a give the Gaither. Right side, big hole, makes the first couple of misses, gets outside and then into Sunnyvale territory at the 48. That's a nice, tough run and a gain of 9. Actually, again, that was Wisner on the zone read as they're all paying attention to Gaither, and Wisner picks up 9 more. It's 3rd down and a yard.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see what they're doing so far early on in this game, kind of mixing it up in the running game, not feeding one horse more than the other.
3rd down and 1 at the Sunnyvale 48. The center is Cody Kaufman, and there's movement. And those are the early season, I don't know if it may be jitters or just lack of reps, but you have a 3rd and 1, and now you have 3rd and 6. It changes everything at the 48 of Sunnyvale back to the 47-yard line of Conley.
Yeah, I'm sure Shane Anderson will address that in a calm and rational manner. He's a fiery dude. I love watching him coach.
You're talking about Shane Anderson under the Terry Gamble influence. 3rd and 6. Webb throws a quick out pass. Intercepted. This will be a pick 6. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Sunnyvale. Landry Laird. That's his 2nd interception for a touchdown. He gave that away, and Laird picked it off and went about 50. And Sunnyvale strikes first on a pick 6, 10:23 to go in the first quarter, and he also has a kick return for a touchdown. That's his 3rd return of his career for a touchdown.
Yeah, and Smokey, what happened there is that ball just floated. It came out kind of high out of out of Tyler Webb's hand, and it floated in the air. Easy for Landry Laird to make that pick because it didn't get there all that fast.
Here's Jake Pacina, the kicker. They line up in the swinging gate, and they're going to go for it. Roll to the right. Quarterback rolls right. He's going to get in. Gets 2. Sunnyvale, defensive touchdown, and they go for 2. And that's Max Makeda. Wow, what a start for Sunnyvale. Sunnyvale 8, Conley nothing. This is Cadets football. Conley Cadets football, 106.7, The Eagle, and SicEm365 radio.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible and rewarding challenge. Hi, this is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help. With remarkable products like our free First mobile app, we've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. That's the First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Texas board-certified personal injury trial lawyer and Baylor alum David Willis and Baylor alum Parker Willis are ready to help if you or a loved one has been wrongfully injured in an auto accident, SUV rollover, industrial accident, 18-wheeler crash, or were seriously injured by a defective product or recalled drug. Call them for a confidential and free case consultation at 1-800-GOT-HURT or visit them at texastriallawyer.com, principal office in Houston, Texas.
Stepping into a new pair of boots is great, but stepping into the boots of a U.S. Army officer can also add confidence and leadership skills to your son or daughter's career path. There are more than 150 occupational specialties to help them find the best fit for their future. See all the things your son or daughter can achieve in our boots at GoArmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543.
Graham Property Company will give you the best opportunities and services to navigate and achieve your real estate goals. At Graham Property Company, we strive to establish lasting relationships built on service and performance. Whether you are buying, leasing, selling, or investing, our real estate portfolio and expertise can facilitate your needs no matter what real estate or property need you may encounter. Graham Property Company, property sales, acquisitions, leasing, and management at GrahamInvestmentCo.com.
Boozers is the wedding ring store and more. If you're ready to get engaged or already married and want to upgrade your wife's ring for a special anniversary, Boozers is the place to go. With the largest selection of premier quality diamond engagement rings and wedding rings in Central Texas. They have 7 cases with over 300 styles of rings from top designers like Natalie Kay. Choose from yellow, white, or rose gold, plus beautiful top quality loose diamonds. With an in-house jeweler, they can also custom make anything you want. Bring in a picture or drawing and let Boozers create your one-of-a-kind pendant or...
Snap, left side, Gaither. No, Webb keeps it right side, 30. Cuts it upfield, first down, 40. Tyler Webb, 50. Webb sideline, break, block downfield. Bronche Miles, he goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Tyler Webb with a huge play. They needed that to the 30. And that's a gain of 42 yards.
Yeah, and that's something that you don't see it. Like, people don't think about with Tyler Webb a lot because they think about that big arm, but, I mean, that's what he can do. I mean, he can boogie a little bit.
So after a gain of 3 by Gaither, Webb takes off at a zone read. He had the entire near sideline to run and did a really nice job at about midfield to cut it back against the grain and walks out at the 30. From the 30, Webb again, split backs, Gaither up the middle, gets a couple of yards, bounce outside and breaks the first tackle, breaks another, and out of bounds inside the 25. Let's go down to Craig Smoke for a Texas Tour Gear sideline report. Obviously, Craig, with an explosive start, but for Sunnyvale's defense.
Yeah, that was a big play for Sunnyvale, just really well read by the defensive back, and you know, poor throw from Webb. So now they've got a little something going. Maybe that run by Webb gives him a bit of extra confidence, and he can match this thing up.
So second down and 2 at the 22-yard line of Sunnyvale. Webb again, right side, Gaither. Off the nuts, Wisner again. He might score. He will score. Touchdown. Trey Wisner. I think I get the numbers 1 and 8. I don't know what he looks good when he has the ball in his hands. And a great bounce-back drive for Tyler Webb and Conley. And, man, this sophomore Trey Wisner is a baller.
Yeah, he really is, and he's done it. You know, he lines up outside, he lines up in the backfield. You see that there. The Cadets, by the way, Smokey, will wind up in the swing gate pretty much every time and see how.
And where is the center here? Gaither is a shotgun to the right side. Man in motion is Miles. They'll go for two. Gaither, he'll have an easy walk into the end zone, and we're tied at 8. That's a nice bounce back, and they needed that. 9:29 to go first quarter. Connally 8, Sunnyvale 8. We might have a shootout. Opening night or weekend of the Texas high school football 100th year of the UIL. This is SicEm365 Radio 106.7, The Eagle.
I hate my job, but I don't mind getting up in the morning. I dread each day, but I can't wait to get out of bed. You ask me why, and what I'll say to you is true. Well, you can get breakfast tacos at Rudy's Barbecue. Scrambled eggs and brisket, they ain't fooling around. Salsa drap, son, they're the best in town. Barbecue for breakfast, yes, it's true. Put a smile on your morning at Rudy's Barbecue. Next in line.
With a proven performance reputation spanning 85 years, Sturda Steel operates with one sole purpose, producing the highest quality seating solutions with the best and most efficient processes in the industry. With engineered, fabricated, and installed grandstands and bleachers all across North America. Whether seating 50 to 50,000, the skill and versatility of our workmen are evident in the quality and precision.
Luckily, it's not loaded.
Yeah. Well,
Conley's an old Air Force base, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It was here. That's where they should have built the airport, as a matter of fact.
Scoring summary for Connolly.
By the way, 5 plays, 75 yards. It only took about a minute and 56 seconds to be exact. 56 seconds, that's the scoring drive. Scoring summary, 5 plays, 75 yards. Wisner's 30-yard run makes it 8-8 after dueling swinging gates.
Ralph Morales is the kicker, 17 at the 40-yard line. Landry Laird and Noah McDill back deep. Laird's on the near side. Here's the kick, a little high pooch kick, and Sunnyvale does not see it, and a great effort. That ball was almost on the ground. What a phenomenal effort by Jackson Ivey to just smother that. If he doesn't, that thing's probably a recovery for the Connolly Cadets, but great field position for Sunnyvale in their offense, their first snap on offense at the 42.
He trapped. The only time it was good to have a trap when you're catching a ball was right there. He trapped it, and he kept it from football bouncing all over the place, because who knows what happens if that ball hits the turf.
Jake Taylor, the senior quarterback, also Obi Arinze, the senior, who had 1,046 yards. He's a big, thick running back. Alex Luna, one of the running backs as well, who had nearly 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. 2 receivers stacked about 10 yards off the right side. Here's the pass from Taylor, right flat, little bubble screen, good. Nice tackle in the open field by E.J. Torres Luna. Pass caught by Max Makeda, gain of about 3. Quick hit.
Yeah, just a quick pass out there. Connolly had it read pretty well. Actually had a defender that just missed the ball. He wasn't looking. Had he been looking up, he might have been able to knock it down.
2nd and 7, Sunnyvale at their 45, game tied at 8, 9 minutes to go first quarter at Mac People Stadium. Connolly in motion this way. That's Luna. Ball comes on the ground, and it's loose, and Luna picked it back up, and they'll give him the ball where he picked it up. I guess his knee was down. That's a huge break for Sunnyvale, as Torres Luna gets credit for the tackle. In fact, they gave him back to the line of scrimmage. That ball bounced off the turf. Yeah. 3rd down and 7.
Jake Taylor had a little problem with the exchange there at the mesh point.
So a couple of early big breaks for Sunnyvale. 3rd and 7 from their 45. Taylor will, big, tall quarterback, 6'1", plays middle linebacker. You know he's tough. He's also a long snapper. Taylor looks right, throws right, fade right, passes over the head of his intended receiver. That's Max Makeda. He had beaten the corner just a little bit. Azure Rose, who's playing because Parrish Cox cannot play tonight, the hamstring injury, and so Sunnyvale has 4th down at their 45.
Yeah, just out of the reach there, and a pretty good throw, just a little too long. He had plenty of time to make the throw as well. I wonder what Sunnyvale does here with this field position in an 8-8 game. It looks like they're going to set the punt. By the way, Smokey, you know I'm old, and that Parrish Cox's son is playing, and I did Parrish's high school game, so that's a first for me.
Here's a little rugby kick. Very well done. This is Wiseman with a fair catch, bobbles it on the ground, and then goes back and does recover. That's a dangerous play right there at about the 10. So both teams have had the ball on the turf. as Wisner had that one go through his hands. He scored the only touchdown for Conley. 8:05 to go first quarter. Game tied at 8. Nice punt. Wisner was in pretty good shape, but just kind of tried to just like breadbasket that catch, and we'll see what Conley does after the pick six and then the nice 75-yard drive capped off by Wisner's touchdown run from 22 yards out.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest things you can learn how to do is catch a punt, especially one that's a rugby-style punt that's so wonky.
Always wondered why they didn't do that a lot back in the day. It's weird how things just kind of come into play. You get the roll a lot of times that way as well. It's Conley at their 10. Game tied at 8 with Sunnyvale, Class 4A football. This is Wisner again off the right side. Bounces outside. Boy, he's got some movement. And out close to the 20 and close to a first down. Just shy by a yard. He's just a sophomore. 4 carries, 48 yards.
You know, and sometimes, you know, Conley struggled for a good long while before Shane Anderson got here, and now one of the things that's happened, you know, they've kind of hit a crop of players, and they're homegrown now, and keeping these players coming up through the system. So you see guys like Wiseman coming in.
He told me his homeboy favorite, the Jaquay, his best is a loss of about 4 yards back to the 14-yard line. Tackle in the backfield by Christian Key. TCU safety Jaquay Martin is his buddy. He's in college football. He wants to get there at some point. Kavion Gaither lost 4 back to the 14-yard line. So there's kind of, you get the nice run by Wisner, you lose 4. They've had that happen a little bit because of the false start, but they kept the last drive alive. So Tyler Webb now, after you 0 for 3, has not yet completed a pass, and you wonder, do they play it safe right here, or do they try to air it out a little bit? Gaither and Wisner in the backfield. H-back De La Fuente on the left side. And this is Webb on a delay. No, not much there. In fact, the ball gets knocked down pretty quickly. That's a carry by Wiggins for a couple of yards. So they did play it safe. And you wonder because of the early start if that's not why they did that.
Well, you know, Tyler Webb's got to get in his rhythm. So, you know, might as well not at this point in the field after he's thrown a pick six, you know, try to get him to throw a pass if he's not confident yet. So, you know, try to do what you're going to do, which is run the ball, which is going to be the bread and butter of this offense.
Back deep is Max Makeda, the safety, the receiver, backup quarterback, and also will field the punt. They should get great field position. Morales back to punt. Good snap, gets it off. Not a very good punt. In fact, it's very, very short. Bounces sideways down inside the Conley 30. And that, my friends, is a very short punt from Morales. From the 16 to the 28-yard line. That's a 12-yard punt, and that ball kind of was shanked, and Sunnyvale with great field position.
Yeah, and he took his time kicking the ball, Smokey, after a decent snap, but he took it, and there was a little bit of a rush. It wasn't getting to him, but I think he let it phase him.
Timeout Sunnyvale, 6:01 to go, first quarter. We're tied at 8. Conley and Sunnyvale. This is SicEm365 Radio 106.7, The Eagle.
With a proven performance reputation spanning 85 years, Sturda Steel operates with one sole purpose, producing the highest quality seating solutions with the best and most efficient processes in the industry. With engineered, fabricated, and installed grandstands and bleachers all across North America. Whether seating 50 to 50,000, the skill and versatility of our workmen are evident in the quality and precision work detailed on every bleacher and grandstand project. Sturda Steel, family owned and operated since 1934 at sturdasteel.com.
Sunnyvale, great field position. They line up on the left hash. And Arinze is the running back to the right of Taylor. He's a much bigger back off the right side up the middle. 10, inside the 10, down close to about the 5, and he's still not down. He is a load. Obi Arinze down to the 7-yard line of Conley, and that's a gain of 22 yards.
Yeah, Conley's in a danger zone right now. If Sunnyvale can score here quickly, they've got momentum on their side, and have responded well every time they've had the ball.
So first and goal at the 7 of Conley, going to what is the north side of the stadium. The Raiders with the football. Laird in motion right side. Taylor in the gun. Arinze up the right side, and he will score. Touchdown. Touchdown Conley. Touchdown Sunnyvale. Arinze banged it in. That's 2 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown. 6'2", 210-pound. And I got to tell you, it didn't look like Connolly wanted any piece of him.
No.
5:45 to go. It's now 14-8 Sunnyvale. They'll go for 2. And now they bring the kicker on. Craig Smoke down for a Texas two-gear sideline report. It didn't look like they wanted any bit of Arinze.
No, they didn't. There was not a lot of resistance for him getting into the end zone there or on that previous run either. You know, it's weird with there's fans here, and this is probably pretty close to what you would typically have turnout-wise, but it's just so much more quiet than I expected, which is kind of strange. I don't know if that's a mask thing or not, but, you'd like to get a little excitement coming over on this sideline over here. They could use some, so we'll see if the offense can't spark something.
Snap, kick, good. Sunnyvale extra point, 15-8. Sunnyvale leading Connolly with 5:45 to go in the first quarter. You got to remember now, Sunnyvale did not scrimmage last week, and they look really sharp. This is 106.7 The Eagle and SicEm365 Radio.
In Texas, there's pea-size hail and baseball-size hail. Guess which one hit our house? We didn't even know where to begin, but we called our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent, and he was so reassuring. He knew exactly what to do to get our house back into shape and our lives back to normal. Now, we're even more thankful for the roof over our heads.
Stop by and see our agents at one of our 3 McLennan County locations.
Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Have you seen the bleachers and grandstands at
To go in the first quarter. Sunnyvale scored now on the 50-yard pick six by Laird, 2-point conversion by Makeda, and then the 7-yard run by Arinze. Obi Arinze, his brother's a sophomore. I asked John Settle earlier this week, I asked him about it. You mean your running back last year at over 1,000 yards? He's a sophomore. He goes, that's his younger brother. He doesn't even know where his shorts and socks are right now.
By the way, it was a 2-play, 28-yard drive. It only took 16 seconds. It's 15-8 on Arinze's run.
Weisner inside the 5 on the kick return, 10. Weisner 15-20. Breaks loose. Watch him go 40. Makes a man miss out near midfield and inside Sunnyvale territory. Man, is he fun to watch. 50 yards of the return by Trey Weisner.
That was excellent, and you can see what they see in him as a sophomore. He has got stride, Smokey. He runs like a gazelle. It's just boom, 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 boom. He's got that Usain Bolt stride.
Absolutely. Again, it plays cornerback, and he's part of this offense, and he's already picked up a touchdown, 48 yards on 4 carries, and a 50-yard kick. They'll say the 49, actually. I thought he got past midfield, but they'll say he stepped out at the Connolly 49. First down, 3 receivers set, 2 left side. Webb with Gaither, and now there's a whistle. Timeout Connolly. 5:33 to go, first quarter, 15-8 Sunnyvale. 106.7 The Eagle and SicEm365 Radio.
Do you or your kids get nervous about going to the dentist? Stonewood Dental, Dr. Steve Childress, he can help.
I've spent a career taking care of patients who as children had bad experiences, and now they're adults that hate going to the dentist. If I get a kid at 3 years old and they come every 6 months and it's a happy experience, it's normal for them. Now they have an accident at 6 or 7 or 8 at school. Now they have a broken tooth or a trauma, and they have to come here. They're used to lights, they're used to the water in their mouth, they're used to experience, they already trust us. It's amazing what we can do with that kid without it being a negative thing. But if I see a 6 or 7 or 8 year old that's never been to the dentist, and now they have a trauma or an unfortunate unexpected toothache, it's harder to do that for that kid and it not be somewhat of a negative experience. So, bottom line is I try to keep kids and adults and teenagers and everybody the way I'd want my family treated, which is where it's a necessary part of life. You just take care of it. It doesn't have to be that big a deal.
Learn more, stonewood-dental.com.
By Bartis and Taylor. No question that Connolly has the weapons on offense. Of course, they had the All-American style running back in Sunday, JV on Sunday, but they do have guys who can make the defense wonder where they are. 3 receivers, 2 far side, right hash. De La Fuente, the H-back right side, and Webb at a keeper right side, and spins away for a yard. Nice open field tackle from quarterback to quarterback by Jake Taylor, and it's 3rd down and 2.
That was a nice tackle, and if not for that, Webb gets the first down, so I mean, just his height alone is going to get him a yard if he falls forward.
Spurlock, Pullen, Kaufman, Gray, and Beatty. left tackle to right tackle. We'll also see quite a bit on occasion, the rotation because of the heat and all that. Here's Gaither, first down up the middle, 20. Inside the 20, down close to the 19. It's a gain of 24 yards. Kavion Gaither tackled by Ty Grace.
These teams are just taking slugs at each other, aren't they, Smokey?
Yeah, they're throwing big plays. 14, 17, 22, 43, 50-yard interception, 50-yard kick return. First down, Conley at the Sunnyvale 20, down 15-8 with 4 minutes left, first quarter. Bronche Miles is on the far side. Webb on a keeper, hurdles, and he doesn't move the pile much. Got about a yard. Looked like there might have been a lack of communication on the handoff. Long, Miles. That was Max Makeda on the tackle. I think also J.J. joined the receivers at 2nd down and 9.
In particular with the Tyler Webb, just because, again, this is his third high school in 3 years from Bosqueville to Midway to here. I think it'll take him a couple of games to really get into that, game speed. And once he does, I think the sky's the limit for him.
Well, the problem is you're playing Sunnyvale, La Vega, and Springtown. Webb, this time Gaither left side, has room, bounces, and he will score. Untouched. Touchdown. 19 yards. Kavion Gaither. Extra point away from tying the game up unless Connolly goes for 2. Gaither had a massive hole off the left-hand side, and once he got open, he was gone. 3:21 to go, first quarter, and they will set up the go for 2, and now they'll go and bring Morales in to try to tie the game with an extra point.
Yeah, they're going to line up, like I said before, they're going to line up in the swinging gate every time. They have, 3 or 4 that they'll pick out of their 8 or 9 that they have in the arsenal that match up best with each team. It just depends on, how the team reacts the first time. The first time Sunnyvale wasn't ready for it, they did it.
Here's Morales, snap, Gaither hold, kick by Morales. Just inside that left upright, but it all counts. 3:21 first quarter. Conley and Sunnyvale tied at 15 on 106.7, The Eagle and SicEm365 Radio.
The biggest, the baddest, and proven to be the best. Ram is back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now, get the Ram you've been waiting for less from your friend in the car business, Alan Samuels. A new loaded-up 2020 Ram 1500 Longhorn 4x4. Now with a whopping $12,000 off. And first responders receive an additional $500. Big summer clearance event savings from the Ram leader, Alan Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Ask for details. All offers with approved credit.
You want to know why Stonewood Dental is so successful? Listen to what happy customers have to say.
On 106.7, The Eagle, Hector Sabito, and also J.C. King, Chewy, Bill McCutcheon. Appreciate them making the games available also on the radio. Of course, Ashley Hodge and Brian Etheridge thinking about Colt Barber, a little under the weather, and all the help from SicEm365 as well. 15 apiece with 3:21 to go first quarter. Morales about the kickoff.
It was a 5-play, 51-yard drive. It took 2 minutes and 24 seconds off the clock. KG's 19-yard run makes it 15 all with the extra point.
Laird and McDill back deep inside about the 20-yard line. Morales has had a couple of pooch kicks. This time it's another one. And this time Sunnyvale catches it, and it comes loose on the ground, and Sunnyvale recovers another fumble at the 35-yard line. Conley had a player right there, point blank. That was Danny Rubio, and he just couldn't quite stop himself. And Zach Bardis, that is a problem for John Settle and Sunnyvale. That could have been the second pooch kick that Conley recovered, and it just wasn't meant to be. Defense for Conley, by the way, Torrey Poland, Caden Turner, who is the sophomore, Junior Beatty, and Jeremy.
At Ideal MRI, we feel blessed to be
from the first workout to the last practice. From the first work.
Donald Kavion Gaither, the linebackers. Rigdon Yates, the sophomore quarterback for Sunnyvale. He'll take the snap, hand off the right side to Luna, who puts his head down out close to the 39 for 4. Cornerbacks Isaiah Stevens, Azure Rose, and the safeties Trey Wisner and Marcus Long. 3 yards. McDonald made the tackle.
Yeah, Smokey, with the ball bouncing, to Connolly every time on those fumbles, to Connolly, to Sunnyvale, eventually that's going to go the other way.
Second down and I'd say 6 after a gain of 4 by Luna. Tight end left side. Now they move into the right side. Moving around up front is Conley. They'll roll right. This is Yates, the sophomore, throws it under his, they say incomplete, hit the ground. Intended receiver was Joey Bruiser. At that time, Yates, how about bringing in Rigdon Yates, the sophomore? The game tied at 15 with 2:38 to go in the quarter. Of course, the quarterback, Jake Taylor, plays both ways, linebacker, middle linebacker, not just linebacker. And it's 3rd down and 6, Sunnyvale at their 39-yard line.
I wonder how much they'll do this for Rigdon Yates during the year, if this is something that's common, or they're just feel like right now they need to give Jake Taylor a break.
3rd and 6 at the 39-yard line. It looks like movement early. They let it go. Pass out in the flat, caught. Missed tackle, first down. Makeda, how did he miss the tackle or break the tackle? He was dead to rights for a loss of maybe a yard, maybe picked up a yard. He got 5 yards, first down. In fact, he got 6 out to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Azure Rose or Trey Wisner that ran straight past that tackle there, but just got a little too overzealous.
First down, Sunnyvale at their 46-yard line. Game with Conley tied at 15, 2:20 to go in the quarter. This is Arinze off the right side and not much there. Got stacked up in the middle by Pullen. Also stacked up as well by Jermaine Spurlock. And he brings him down for a gain of just 2. Arinze, 3 carries, 31 yards. Clock now under 2 minutes in what was an explosive first quarter. I'll tell you what, considering that Conley had the one scrimmage and Sunnyvale's had none, but a team that had a lot of seasoned players back, although the offensive line had to almost be replaced, they both have played well. Here's play action. Yates out in the right flat and underthrows Makeda. That ball might have been tipped. And it's 3rd down and 8. Sunnyvale at their 48-yard line.
And now Conley's got him at 3rd and long again. Needing him off the field.
Yates, the sophomore. Jake Taylor, the senior. They lost Trip Makeda, nearly 8,000 yards of total offense. McDill will come off the field, and that's kind of is that not an illegal substitution? I guess not. He came out pretty late. John Settle, I think, maybe wants a timeout. Now they call the play again. Look to the sideline. Big down, 3rd and 8. 1:41 to go, game tied at 15. Sunnyvale at their 47. Yates back to throw. Has time. Throws it deep on the sideline. The pass is incomplete. There seemed to be a nice little tug that time by Long. He gets up and steps over the receiver, which was Bruiser. Great effort by Bruiser. Good coverage by Long, and it's incomplete. And Sunnyvale brings in the punt team, and now the officials call a timeout. I think it's because Bruiser got up a little bit late, but he's near the sideline, so he's up and walking with 1:34 to go. Nice throw by Yates. It's a big boy throw down the right sideline. Nice coverage, and a safety was coming over as well for Conley.
Yeah, and I don't know why they're still in the officials' timeout here. That's kind of weird.
That's okay. Again, this Conley football broadcast, our title sponsors: U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, Southwest Sports Medicine, and also Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, McLennan County Agents. And the corporate sponsors: Masonic Construction, Sturda Steel, Graham Properties, Parsons Roofing, and American Bank. Back to punt. Taylor, that's Jake's brother, Luke Taylor. He'll take the rugby punt, and a very nice punt again. This is going to go out of bounds inside the Conley 10. What a thump. Makeda, he punts too. He plays everywhere. I mean, that's a thump of a leg, and they're going to give the ball they're going to say, the 14-yard line. That ball looked like it went out at about the 5. If I'm John Settle, I'm a little bit concerned about that.
Luckily for Conley, that's where it landed out of bounds, but not where it went out of bounds.
That can't be right. Wow, they're going to say the 15-yard line. That is. If I'm John Settle, I want about 10 more yards on that.
I don't know. It didn't seem to land that far out of bounds, Smokey, to have gone out 10 yards before then.
Yeah. It went out on the 10, and now they're going to bring it back to the 20. What in the world? This is a Waco chapter. Not sure about that. That ball seemed to go out at about the 10. inside the 10 and may have landed at the 5. Conley, 15 apiece with Sunnyvale. This is Wisner right side. That time not much, but he does still squirt out close to the 25. Second down and 5.
Was able to lean forward a little bit there. Nice run, in spite of the fact that there's a lot of traffic.
5 carries, 53 yards. Obi Arinze made the tackle. Taylor, the quarterback, and also linebacker, he'll check out. Ty Grace comes in to take his place, who's also a tight end. Second and 5, Conley at their 25-yard line. Game tied at 15. Gaither to the right of Webb, and he'll get the handoff up the middle, 30, 35. And actually, that's Wiggins. Boy, they've got the running backs in and out. Alex Luna made the tackle out to the 36-yard line for a gain of 11.
Wiggins is a sophomore. He's already 6'2", 180. And then you've got Wisner, who's 5'11", 180. Those guys not done putting on weight.
Jamari Wiggins, the sophomore, picks up 12 yards out to the 36-yard line. Conley and Sunnyvale under 50 seconds to go, first quarter tied at 15. Webb to Wiggins. That time he got met right in the hole, and he got maybe a yard or two. They'll give him out to the 37. I don't know if it's going to be the last play of the quarter, but Max Makeda with a tackle. Second and 9. 14 yards for Wiggins. Webb has 44. Gaither 60 and Wisner 53, so 150 yards, and they're going to let the clock run out in the first quarter. Our score at the end of the first quarter, opening weekend of the Texas high school football season, season number 100. This is SicEm365 Radio, Sunnyvale 15 and Conley 15, and 106.7, the Eagle.
The presenting sponsor of Connolly Cadets football is Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Trust the doctors who Baylor trusts. We help you get back in the game.
Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, the team physician of Baylor Athletics. Our doctors specialize in the diagnosis and treatment of any and all sports-related injuries. Celebrating over a decade of service in Central Texas, our doctors are equipped to handle a wide range of issues, whether it's your foot or ankle, orthopedic spine care, your hand or wrist, knee and shoulder pain, or if you're in need of our arthritis or total joint clinic. Come see us at the new Baylor Scott and White Ted and Sue Getterman Sports and Orthopedic Center. Trusted doctors at Baylor Trust, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Our goal is to get you back in the game. Finally, in the first quarter, Webb had the 43-yarder. Gaither had the touchdown run that tied the game up of 19 yards. And, of course, Wisner, the 20-yard touchdown run. Backs double, right, left of the hips of Tyler Webb. Off the left side, 35-40 out to the 46-yard line. That's a first down and a gain of 9 yards. That's Kavion Gaither.
Yeah, my assessment of both these teams after the first quarter is, Smokey, they're pretty even. They're kind of similar in that they're just going to keep coming at people, kind of in waves of talent. And Connolly's already shown, it's not just Kavion Gaither and Tyler Webb. They've got, Wisner and Wiggins and a ton of guys who can tote the rock.
Spurlark, Pullen, Kaufman, Gray, and Beatty, the big boys up front, left tackle to right tackle. Webb, this is Wisner, splits the defense inside the Sunnyvale territory, the 47. It's a gain of 7 yards. Obi Arinze made the tackle. 15 apiece. Conley started this drive at their 20-yard line. Shane Anderson, his 6th year at his alma mater at Conley, longtime assistant coach with Terry Gamble on 2 different stints at Midway, coached at Robert E. Lee and Tyler. Gaither, left side, slides close to the 46 for about a yard, and that's it. And Pullen gets tied up. Makeda made the tackle. Kavion tripped up about 2 yards short.
So far, both these teams similar also in the fact that when they've got good offensive line, their offensive line opens a hole, their backs take advantage of it, but when they have to make a tackle, they make a tackle.
3rd and 2, Conley at the Sunnyvale 46-yard line. Well, these uniforms that Conley wears, very similar to what I wore when I was a Rohawk. This is Wisner right side and leans and spins and turns to the 42 for a first down. Well, there was somebody there in the gap. They just missed him, and he picked up 4 yards.
So do we have to worry about you saying Universal City Randolph just because you got nostalgic real quick?
Well, I've already missed Wisner a couple of times thinking it was Kavion, part of the early season jitters. Wisner will take a break. Gaither back in the game. And once again, Trey Walker now. They run De La Fuente and Walker. Wisner's a little bit hobbled on the sideline down, looking at his right leg. And here's Webb to Gaither right side. There goes Kavion. Look at him go. What a move. 20. Goodbye. Touchdown. Kavion Gaither, my goodness. 42 yards. Made a move and down to his hand on the ground to keep his balance. 21-15. Touchdown Gaither. And the Cadets lead by 6.
Just stopped on a dime. That was ridiculous. I think the safety thought he was going to go way on the other direction. He didn't. He just...
They'll come in for the extra point attempt. Craig Smoke with the Texas Tour Gear sideline report. That was beautiful.
That was an incredible run. I mean, he showed the electricity that we've heard about and in some cases seen, but being up close and personal now for it, already a run-of-the-year candidate for Kavion Gaither.
No doubt. Morales, snap, hold, Gaither, kick. Morales is up, and it's good. 10:08 to go, second quarter. What a run by Kavion Gaither. 22-15, Conley leads Sunnyvale. 106.7, Eagle, the Eagle, and SicEm365 radio.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible challenge. Hi, this is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help. With remarkable products like First Free Checking, we've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. The First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Parsons Roofing has been serving Central Texas since 1948, and we can handle your commercial roofing needs from repair to re-roofing. And no one handles more school than Parsons Roofing. Parsons Roofing has been named Contractor of the Year for 14 consecutive years. Parsons Roofing, a name Central Texans have trusted for over 70 years. It's not just a roof, it's our reputation. You can contact us today for a free roof evaluation, including hail claims at 877-881-1733 or on the web at parsonsroofing.com.
Texas board certified.
Parsons
balance. Easier said than done when one hand is carrying a football. Just gorgeous athleticism. And you could see that this poof, he was gone. Kicking off Morales. Back deep is McDill. And Morales will approach. And a very high kick, this time to the near sideline, that will hit. And McDill picks it up at the 12. At the 15, tries to come back to the near side and inside the 20. Nice special teams tackle by Wiggins. Running back on there, and he also plays a little bit on the defense as well. But Jamari Wiggins with a nice special teams tackle, and Sunnyvale with their worst field position at the 18-yard line.
See how the Connolly defense maybe can get, but they haven't gotten in the backfield yet. They've gotten some stops, but they really haven't gotten in the backfield all that much so far.
Big offensive line for Sunnyvale. Of course, Conley's offensive line has put up now over 200 yards in the first 14 minutes of this game. 22-15, Conley. Jake Taylor, the quarterback who started for Sunnyvale, back in the game after. I like what I saw from Rigdon Yates, the sophomore, but Taylor is back in. Luna to his right. And a man in motion. They'll switch the H back, and now there's a timeout as there was confusion with the setup, and Sunnyvale will use their second timeout. 10:03 to go, second quarter. Paul Catalina. Should we mention Ryan?
We should. Back for his third year. Is he the record holder now?
Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of like become the Cal Ripken Jr. of spotters.
Yeah, I mean, we had Dylan for 2 years. We had Josh Davis for 1.
Is there something about the Davis?
I don't know, but yeah, Ryan Davis. I don't know. I think you might be the record holder.
Deontay Epps producing the show right here in our press box and back of the studios at 106.7. The Eagle. J.C. King is there, and Chewy. I hope you're doing great, Chewy. Thanks for your time and help. First Central Credit Union, the sponsor of the broadcast on 106.7. Conley football. The Cadets will Play defense here. 3-man front with 2 stand-up linebackers. 10:03 to go, second quarter, up 22-15. Luna to the right of Taylor. 2 receivers. Now the H-back will flip heavy left side. And this is Taylor to Luna. Left side has a little bit of room outside the 20, out close to the 22, 23, and a gain of 4. Tackle made by Tori Pullen, who received an offer from Bethel College in Kansas this past week.
Number 5, Alex Luna.
Wow. Who else went to? Why do we know Bethel College?
Been some players. Kansas has so many, they have a ton of schools. Junior college. Well, you just had Demarion Alexander from China Spring commit to Kansas of the Big 12. 2nd and 6 now. Taylor, 2 receivers near side. Play action, rolls right. Sideline right, pass caught. Looks like a first down out to the 32-yard line. Very safe route by McDill to the 32 for a gain of 9.
We've not seen either of these teams really air it out all that much. May not just be their MO. I guess we'll see.
Shane Anderson and Conley last year, they were 12-0, right in the streak, and then Gilmer ended it. Those 4A schools in East Texas have ended a lot of seasons over the years. So first down at the 32. Taylor looks left, pump fakes, now wants to run, and he runs right in to a Connolly cadet. Kaysen Pullen just grabbed him, wrapped him up like he was tying up a calf, and no gain, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was really good coverage across the secondary there. Plus, really no passing lane for Taylor either.
9 minutes left, second quarter, 22-15. Conley digs in with a 4-man front here, and Taylor rolls to his left. Now, in trouble, and he's sacked inside the 25. Defense that time for Conley. Great coverage downfield, and that's Kaysen Pullen with the sack back to the 25 for a loss of 7. He had to pull that down.
Back-to-back plays for Kaysen Pullen there on the defensive line, and maybe they're starting to find some weaknesses there. And the coverage, again, that's what made that. He rolls out, nobody came open in the coverage, and now they're in 3rd and long, which so far we haven't seen anybody complete a really long pass.
8:20 clock running, second quarter, 22-15. Conley, 4-man front. Taylor with Luna to his right. Rolls right, sets up the screen. They got it set up pretty good at the 30, 35, near the 40, but just short of the first down at the 37-yard line. Boy, they had that set up well. Alex Luna, but a great job by Conley of using the sideline that time to make sure they pushed him out of bounds after a gain of 12. It's 4th down.
Yeah, Conley again, attacking the ball carrier really well. I mean, they drop back in the screen and coverage, which they should have on a 3rd and long like that.
Sunnyvale has not yet brought in the punter. Laird will come in. Makeda comes in. He's the one that's been booming these punts, the rugby style. 4th down, so you don't trust either one of these teams on anything, quite frankly, because of the swinging gait and the fact that they're going for 2 and Pooch kicks. Makeda looks to the sideline, and now here comes a flag. This is going to be illegal substitution. It's a delay of game. So if they were trying to look at something, that might make up their mind. It's 4th and now 9, and Sunnyvale will be moved back inside the 35.
And on a couple of these punts, the punter hasn't dropped back too far, so you have to always worry about those fakes. But here it looks like this will be pretty standard procedure.
Let me tell you something. I'm not so sure if you want to try to block Makeda's punt, because I'm telling you right now, he might hurt you with the football. Even if you got the block, it'd be worth the risk. You might lose your intestines. Here's a snap, Makeda, rugby-style punt, and another booming punt. Hits at the Conley 30, bounces down inside the 30, and Gaither lets it stop at the 26-yard line. 42-yard punt by Makeda. And Conley's takes over with a 7-point lead, 22-15, 7:56. Looks like Craig Smoke, Texas Tour Gear sideline report that maybe Conley has got this offense in a rhythm after the early turnover that cost him the lead early.
Well, I don't want to speak too soon, given that they're going back out there right now. But, no, they have the opportunity to continue what was a last great couple of drives. Certainly Gaither with that long run really kind of, amped up this sideline. It's been sort of quiet. I think people is, first game of the year, that kind of jazz. But he definitely got some people off their feet, and you feel a little bit more energy over here.
We'll give you some district updates. In fact, there's a delay on the field right now with 7:56 to go after the punt. China Spring at halftime leads Benbrook 42-21.
Whoa.
Llano 21-0 over Gatesville. Luke Howard trying to turn the program around there. That game's in the second quarter midway. Taylor by 2 over Robinson, 14-12. 5 minutes left second quarter. Burnett, 26. Gerald moved up a class. That game in the second quarter. 19-15, Salado in we knew would be a knockdown drag-out, but would probably be a game with a lot of points on the board. They lead Troy at Mary Hardin Baylor 19-15, and we have the game here, Connally and Sunnyvale, 22-15 Cadets. De La Fuente is been rotating at the H-back. He's back in. We've seen Trey Walker as well. Webb with Gaither to his right. Gaither up the middle. And there's a flag. This is coming back for holding. First time we've seen, other than the delay of game.
And a false start.
And a false start, which are easy. This is going to be a holding call against Connally. And now you're back inside the red zone, inside that 20. From the 26 to the 16, it's 1st and 20. 7:48 to go. Bronche Miles comes in. They also bring out Torrey Pullen, the left guard, comes out. Trey Walker in the game as one of the H-backs. They would rotate Caden Turner, the sophomore, who was at Waco High. He is a dude, also a defensive tackle at 6'2", 260, just a sophomore. Marcus Long runs in the slot right side, 1st and 20 from the 17. Gaither right side at the 15-20. Leans out close to the 25. That's a nice gain on first down. Got 5. Actually give him 9. And it's 2nd down and 11.
Now almost got it all back.
126 yards for Kavion Gaither on 11 carries, 2 scores. Caden Janicek made the tackle for Sunnyvale. Offensive coordinator for Connally is Terry Garrick in his 4th year with Shane Anderson. Also Bennett Hillsborough, West Mejia, and now, of course, Ed Connally with the Tarleton State and Stephenville. A lot of coaches in this area go to Tarleton State or went there. 2nd and 11, Webb. Gaither, left side, cuts it up, out close to the 35. Got about 6 or 7 more, down to the 33-yard line. Gain of 8 more. And now much more manageable. They've done a nice job. It's 1st and 20. Now you have 3rd down at about 4.
I'm wondering when they do break out a pass on this down and distance. We haven't seen it for quite a while now.
Well, when you run the ball the way they have, they have not yet completed a pass, at least to themselves. Gaither will be to the left. That's also where the H-back will line up. 3 receivers, actually 2 far side from the left hash, and in motion is Trey Walker. 3rd and 4. Gaither, right side, has room up the middle, and he's going to lean and has the first down. That's a tough finish of that run for about 4.5. Jake Taylor met him, but Gaither won the battle.
Yeah, it looked like for a second with the, strength of that hit that maybe he had knocked him back, but Kavion Gaither got to lean forward and stretch the ball out.
Last year he started at quarterback for the team that went 12-1, ran for 1,774 yards. You always heard about JV on Sunday. Shane Anderson still swears he's the best overall high school football player last year in Central Texas, and now trying to prove that again from different ways this year. Here's Webb on a keeper left side, has the sideline, 40, 45, and pushed out of bounds after a pickup of 12, 13 yards to midfield. 5:53 second quarter, 22-15 Connally. And this running game is pounding away at Sunnyvale. Some of the players with their hands on their hip. Remember, they didn't have about an extra week or 2 of practice. They were shut down, just like what the McLennan County schools thought they were going to have to deal with, and then everything was overturned.
Yeah, this is going to take a while for everybody to maybe feel normal for the football season. And I don't know what a while is, if it's 3 weeks, if it's a month, maybe it's next week. Maybe
I don't know what normal is.
Yeah.
2 receivers, right side, left hash. Turner, the tight end. Gaither up the middle. Kavion digs into Sunnyvale territory. 11 more down to the 40. This drive started, remember, with a ball inside their 20 and then a holding call. Tackle made by Joey Bruiser. As a safety, you got to be a strong safety if your name's Bruiser. 11 for Gaither. Gaither again, right side. Gaither slides down inside. There's a flag at the tail end of that play. And now all of a sudden, here comes the Hankies. And then the official looks at Shane Anderson like it was a WWE move for a yank. Tackle made by Oh, he was tackled. Gage Andrews is the one that got tackled. Here comes Jamari Wiggins in for Gaither, who picked up 11 and then picked up about 7 more, but this one's coming back.
Yeah, and they got out of the first one just running the ball, so we'll see. I mean, you can't keep doing that, but the running game's going so well, it didn't matter the last time they got a hold of it.
Kavion Gaither was 150 yards on 14 carries, and Conley is approaching 300 yards rushing here with 5:21 to go. No yards passing, but they are pounding the rock from 50-yard line, 1st and 20. This is Wiggins off the left side, and he gets nothing. Got tackled immediately. Give him a yard on just the lean by Jake Taylor. 2nd and 19. If Taylor's not there, which he was, then that would have been interesting because Wiggins was about to go, but that's why, one guy can bring you down. 2nd down and 19. 15 yards from Wiggins, 56 for Webb. Wisner was 64, but remember, he went down and kind of grabbed his right leg. Haven't seen him since. And then Gaither has the 150. 4:40 clock running, play clock at 10. You got to get this in pretty quickly. I think Shane's going to let it go down and then call a timeout, and he will. 4:30 left, first half, 22-15. Conley leads Sunnyvale, 106.7 The Eagle and SicEm365 Radio.
Parsons Roofing has been serving Central Texas since 1948, and we can handle your commercial roofing needs from repair to re-roofing. And no one handles more school than Parsons Roofing. Parsons Roofing has been named Contractor of the Year for 14 consecutive years. Parsons Roofing, a name Central Texans have trusted for over 70 years. It's not just a roof, it's our reputation. You can contact us today for a free roof evaluation, including hail claims at 877-881-1733 or on the web at parsonsroofing.com.
Conley at the 49-yard line. Hey, bring in Craig for a Texas Tour Gear little round table here. Deontay Epps, Ryan Davis with us. We're playing football. We didn't know. It seemed like, the crowd noise is not the same. The mask have a lot to do with that. You can't have as many people here. Everyone seems to be pretty smart with where they are. But it's, considering we didn't know if there'd be any fans. We didn't know if there'd be a game or a broadcast. And here we are with 4:29 to go in the first half.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to be out here. It's a little surreal, honestly, but it's been fun to see. It's been fun to see people out and about, and they just got their social distance warning from the PA, so that's something that's new for this year as well, but so far so good.
2nd and 19, Conley at the 49 of Sunnyvale with Gaither now in the shotgun. He'll keep it off the right side. A low Wildcat hurdles his first defender and drags one down to the 45 for 4. It's 3rd and 15. Jake Taylor, number 12, his dad's one of the coaches for Sunnyvale. And here's 3rd and 15, 4:10, clock running.
Yeah, and having Kavion Gaither take snaps, seeing as he was one of the better quarterbacks in the area last year as a club, they've gotten their bag, and they can kind of flip that around, and here comes Wisner in again.
Turner comes out. Wiggins comes out. Wisner is back in, and so is Tyler Webb to play quarterback here on 3rd down and 15 after Gaither picked up 4 on really was just a straight Wildcat. Webb with Gaither to his right stands at midfield. 3rd and 15, bobbles the snap, now looks left. Throws a slant. Man is open, caught. Excuse me, you got to be kidding me. Bronche Miles, that ball's tipped, there's flags down. However, this one might be coming back. Holding against Conley, that's the 3rd holding call. Landry Laird, it looked like he had a pick. Miles was open. That was a good throw. It's just really great coverage. And tipped in the air, and great shot by Bronche Miles to keep his concentration. But then you saw really no celebration. And then you saw Sunnyvale going, hey, no big deal. There's a flag at the 45, and this is the 3rd holding call against Conley in their last 2 drives. 2nd on this drive. And that wipes out a 45-yard touchdown.
Same drive, 3rd in this drive.
That's his 3rd in this drive.
Yeah.
That's right.
Started out with a holding call.
Had a holding call on 1st and 10. It was 1st and 20. And they had a holding call when it was 1st and 10 at the Sunnyvale 40. Got part of that back. And so now Conley, which had the ball at the Sunnyvale 40, has 3rd and 25 at their own 45-yard line. And Tyler Webb, he almost threw a second pick. This is Wisner up the middle, 50. Wisner, can he get loose? Oh my goodness, look at him go. 35, 30, 20, inside the 15. Trey Wisner, you're kidding me. Touchdown, 55 yards. And a star is born.
That'll work. That'll work. That's a good play to run on 3rd and 25.
A nice safe draw, basically, is kind of a delay. Wisner, you knew he was going to get about 8 or 10. You just depended on, can they get close enough to maybe go for it? And then he exploded. Turned on the Jets on the sideline. He has 2 touchdowns, and so does Gaither. And Conley, 28-15. A 55-yard touchdown for the sophomore. And what a run. And he has a stride. He's got track speed stride. Here's Morales with the kick, and it's good. And Conley has scored 21 unanswered points to lead Sunnyvale 29-15. 3:25 to go, second quarter. This is 106.7 The Eagle and SicEm365 Radio.
Texas board-certified personal injury trial lawyer and Baylor alum David Willis and Baylor alum Parker Willis are ready to help if you or a loved one has been wrongfully injured in an auto accident, SUV rollover, industrial accident, 18-wheeler crash, or were seriously injured by a defective product or recalled drug. Call them for a confidential and free case consultation at 1-800-GOT-HURT or visit them at texastriallawyer.com, principal office in Houston, Texas.
Left in the second quarter. Let's go down to Craig real quick, and then Paul with a summary. Craig, how about like a blow, like a poof right out of a cannon?
Yeah, that was really impressive. I mean, that's the kind of thing we were talking about with just getting some people excited, and Kavion Gaither was able to do that with, in particular, his 42-yard run, which happened like 10 minutes ago. And now Trey Wisner, I've been aware of Gaither, been a little bit aware of Wisner, just kind of heard things, but never seen him. And, man, I am so impressed. I mean, the combination of those two guys, and I know there's others that we've seen tonight, is definitely the meat for this Connolly offense. So Kavion Gaither is 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wisner has 151, 2 touchdowns. Conley has rushed for 344 yards in the first half. Here's a deeper kick by Morales. This is McDill at the 18, at the 20. Little seam up the middle and gets loose. 45, and then tagged down from behind. Nice tackle in the open field. That's 25 for Conley. That's Ashton Brooks Williams, a defensive lineman or linebacker and also running back. Nice job. And I tell you now, McDill was about to split like the Red Sea.
Yeah, by the way, on the scoring summary, 7 plays, 69 yards in 4 minutes and 31 seconds. And that was a harder drive to keep track of, Smokey. I had to like scratch out a couple of my hash marks on what was going on because of those 3 holding penalties. So really, it was kind of like a 10-play, 99-yard drive if you count all the yards they had to get back from the holds.
Yeah, here's a handoff off the left side of the big back. Arinze plows it into Conley territory for a gain of 6, and Sunnyvale tries to obviously respond here. And
they really kind of need to, because that was an absolute gut punch right there to have a team in 3rd and 25. You got them in holding penalties 3 times, and they keep coming back from it, and then all of a sudden you give up a 55-yard run when you should be, sitting here trying to even the score.
2nd and 4, Arinze, right side. Big, strong, 210-pound back. 6 yards, first down at the Conley 44-yard line.
And look, this might just be my unfamiliarity with Sunnyvale, but based on what we've seen so far, you don't want to be down by 2 scores on Conley.
Well, the offense has scored once, and it was a short field, remember? The other points came on the interception. Arinze, right side, strong run. Down inside the 40. LaMarcus McDonald made the tackle. Jelani, of course, one of the backup players for Conley. A gain of, that's given 7 yards for Arinze. Tight end right side, H-back right side. Arinze right of the quarterback, Taylor. And he wants to throw it. Right side pass caught by Bruiser down inside the 30 to the 28 for a gain of 9 yards and a first down.
That's a cool name. I mean, I know Ryan thinks so, and Deontay think that anybody whose last name is Bruiser is good. But
spelled differently, though.
Yeah.
But that's how you pronounce it. Bruszer. Taylor, the quarterback, with Arinze to his left. First down at the Conley 30. And here's a flag. At the left end, Bruiser moved early. Got too much attention. Minute 51 to go in the half. 29-15. This is a critical drive for Sunnyvale because they get the first possession of the third quarter because they had that early interception for the touchdown. So if they could somehow make something happen here with a minute 51 to go, and then get the first possession to start the third quarter.
Well, the last thing you want to do is give Connolly any time to score, if you do, too.
Yep. Conley has 3 holding calls. 3 on one drive, and they still scored. Laird to the left side, Arinze to the right hip, shotgun, right side, right hash, and this is a play action, and Taylor sacked from behind. They got fed up with that. Nice job on the blitz. Nice job on the blitz from the backside. That is E.J. Torres Luna, the 5'10", 150-pound senior. Had a sack last year. He's had 2 today. That's a loss of 8 for Sunnyvale back to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, coming hell-bent for leather. Didn't even matter he was going play action to fake. They were coming back to the backfield no matter what.
Well, I tell you what, I love the way he has that lean, Torres Luna, with that really nice lean. Taylor spins the ball. Right side passes through the hands of his receiver, Makeda. Good coverage by Azure Rose, who's starting in place of Paris Cox, who, of course, is injured. And it's third down now and 18 for Sunnyvale. This drive had some promise to it until the sack by Taylor. 3rd and 18, Raiders at the 38-yard line of Conley with 55 seconds. First half, 29-15. Conley with the lead. 4 touchdown running. 2 from Gaither, 2 from Weisner. Here's Taylor, a sideline left side. Oh, nice catch, and breaks the tackle and near a first down. That's Max Makeda. He is a fantastic player. He's going to get the first down to the 21-yard line. So, Conley had 3rd and long. They converted. And Sunnyvale, now they're going to say he's short of the first down and outside the 22-yard line, so a gain of 15 yards.
Must have stepped out because it looked like he reached the ball past the pylon, but it's one of his feet must have been out.
5 of 6 for Taylor. Shotgun, 4th and 2 outside the 20. Timeout, Conley. Shane Anderson said, okay, wait a minute. We weren't expected to have 4th and short. That's a nice throw, but a really nice job by Makeda, who's peeled away from a defender and picked up the first down. So it's 29-15 Conley. It's 4th and 2, Sunnyvale at the Conley. They say the 21-yard line officially. Conley ISD Independent School District prepares students with high levels of academic strength, including literacy, critical thinking, problem solving, technological skills, and communication. The mission of Conley ISD is to send off students to be successful, productive citizens, prepared for their future, college, the workplace, and ready for personal success. Conley ISD, where our students come first, where success is shared, responsibility of the students, the families, the schools, and the community. Conley Independent School District, where our enrollment matters. Every single student influences the learning, the environment at Conley.org. So Sunnyvale will have a chance to maybe look at another option.
Yeah, I'm wondering, if you're Conley here, do you send a blitz again? What do you do? What are you waiting for? It's 4th and 2. The whole playbook's open here for.
Well, yeah, because again, and they're going to run Makeda, Luna in his own little wildcat. He has the first down. Ball came loose, and Conley recovers. He got stuck inside the 20. Fumble recovery by Trey Walker. Trey Walker, and somebody just smoked Luna inside the 20. He had picked up the first down. Craig Smoke with the Texas Tour Gear sideline report. Conley defense with a big turnover.
Yeah, that was a huge play right there, and Trey Walker getting some deserved props as he comes off the field. You could really feel the excitement behind me in the stands after that play, but, that was looking like it's a bit windy down here, and it's actually blowing towards Sunnyvale.
Yep.
So I think a field goal probably would have been a little bit difficult to begin with, but now you've completely erased that, and you're going to limit them to no points here as long as you take care of the football. So couldn't have written a better script for Conley.
Sunnyvale would have, if they could have scored, like I said, would have scored near the end of the half, cut it to 1 score, and had the first possession. Conley's going to take a knee in the shotgun with Webb and Gaither behind him. The center is Cody Kaufman. We'll hear from Shane Anderson as Tyler Webb takes the snap with 40 seconds to go. They'll probably have to run maybe one more play and possibly not. Craig Smoke will here get Shane Anderson, the head football coach, here at halftime. Our halftime interview with Shane Anderson brought to you by Parsons Roofing, America's #1 Duralast company since 1948. And wait a minute, did Sunnyvale call a timeout?
I guess.
Man, they did not. They're going to let the clock run out. Sunnyvale's over on the sideline. They're just having a conversation, and it's down inside 8. It's down inside 5. And Craig Smoke with Shane Anderson. Craig?
Coach, we didn't know if we'd even get to this point, but here we are at halftime. Big lead for you. How's it feel to get the first half under your belt?
It feels great. Just super happy for these kids to be able to come out here and play the game that they love and that they've worked so hard for. We're just blessed.
What do you think of that big play by your defense there to limit Sunnyvale, prevent them from scoring?
Oh, it's just, guys flying to the football. They had us right there. They got in their jumbo set. We worked it all week. I called it my last timeout. I would have used another timeout right there on that jumbo, but we didn't have it. So, our kids bowed their neck, made a play. We got a turnover. Turnovers and big plays are going to be the difference.
Last thing for you, huge first half for your running game. Got to be happy with that. What's the message to your team at halftime?
First of all, KG's a pretty good football player.
Pretty good.
No, we just got to stay the course. We're gassed right now, not having us 2 scrimmages, that type of deal. But, no, we're just going to get in there and try to hydrate. We'll probably, try to slow the game down a little bit the second half, keep our kids fresh, and, just play cadet football is all we can do.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
All right, Craig, great job with the Texas Tour Gear Sideline Report. Halftime interview brought to you by Parsons Roofing. Thanks to Stuart Parsons since 1948, your #1 Duralast dealer and distributor. By the way, halftime show brought to you by First Central Credit Union with locations in Belle Meade, Hewitt, Waco, and Hillsboro, and also Brownwood. Everything we do for you. 29-15, Conley leads Sunnyvale at halftime on 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and on SicEm365 Radio.
This interview with Connolly Cadets AD and head football coach Shane Anderson is brought to you by Parsons Roofing, America's #1 Duralast company since 1948, at parsonsroofing.com.
Parsons Roofing has been serving Central Texas since 1948, and we can handle your commercial roofing needs from repair to re-roofing. And no one handles more school than Parsons Roofing. Parsons Roofing has been named Contractor of the Year for 14 consecutive years. Parsons Roofing, a name Central Texans have trusted for over 70 years. It's not just a roof, it's our reputation. You can contact us today for a free roof evaluation, including hail claims at 877-881-1733 or on the web at parsonsroofing.com.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible challenge. Hi, this is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help with remarkable products like instant issue debit cards free at all of our banking centers. We've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. The First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Have you seen the bleachers and grandstands at Baylor University, McLennan Community College, throughout Waco, Midway, Riesel, Mart, Marlin, La Vega, and Connolly ISD? They all have one name in common, Steel, an industry-leading fabricator of engineered seating solutions. There's no substitute for knowledge and experience. Steel has both, with more combined experience in the business than anyone else in the industry. Steel is quality from the ground up. We don't just build grandstands and bleachers, we build trust. Steel.com.
It's the heat of the summer, but the real heat is what you're cooking on the grill, smoker, or in the oven. So Waco Custom Marketplace can be your go-to playmaker for summertime grilling. You can't go eat anywhere else? Be your own chef with custom ordered and cut ribeyes, sirloins, fillets, New York strips with a focus on high-quality beef at a competitive price. Waco Custom Marketplace also has fresh deli cuts with sliced turkey, ham, pepperoni, or corned beef. Waco Custom Marketplace also your home for the freshest seafood in town. Salmon, shrimp, mahi-mahi, great priced chicken products, whole birds, tenders, chicken breast, and wings. Waco Custom Marketplace with smoked items unique to Waco, house-made bacon, summer sausage, boudin, hot links, and German sausage. Every seasoning for every occasion, grilling, baking, or frying. Your hometown grocery store with canned goods, pasta, fresh baked bread, Buns, chips, sauce, condiments to pickles, charcoal and lighter fluid, cold beer and wine. Best kolaches in Waco, mouth-watering cinnamon rolls, and here for the community every single day, helping you avoid the long lines in crowded stores, serving quality products to the Waco community. Go online for the weekly value boxes. Family owned and operated Waco Custom Marketplace, 425 Lake Erie Drive in Waco, or WacoCustomMarketplace.com.
Car has the trucks, man. They have the one for you. Crew cab, short or long bed, silver, black or blue. Texas size selection, great prices too. Richard Carr, he has the truck for you. Carr has the trucks, man. He has the truck you need. If you want the best truck, you want a GMC. Texas size selection, great prices too. Richard Carr, they have the truck for you.
The Connolly Cadets Halftime Show is sponsored by First Central Credit Union, with locations in Belmead, Hewitt, Waco, Hillsborough, and Brownwood. Everything we do for you.
Back at Mac People Stadium, Connolly leading Sunnyvale Class 4A high school football in the 100th year of the UIL. Imagine that, and this is a year we never knew if we'd reach 100. And tonight, Connolly with an explosive second quarter to lead Sunnyvale 29-15. The running game with over 350 yards rushing. Kavion Gaither, who last year as a quarterback ran for 1,774 yards and 22 touchdowns and threw for nearly 900 yards and 10 scores, has given the Cadets a running game that is consistent and it's explosive, and it also has even Tyler Webb at a 43-yard run. And how about the sophomore Trey Wisner, 5'11", 180-pounder, long strides, electric, and Connolly has 4 rushing touchdowns and overcame an early interception for a touchdown to lead 29-15 here at the half. And Connolly banned about to perform here at halftime with even a couple of the players on the football team involved as well. And, it was because of what we do as a talk show, a sports talk show on SicEm365 radio, or anyone that has been talking about COVID and how it's changed the fall. And most of what you hear about is the game, about college football or high school football. The players or the coaches are wanting games, right? And yet there's no question the atmosphere is not quite the same. The crowd's not quite the same. The bands, of course, also have to, whether they're going to be able to travel or not. The Connolly band here performing at halftime. Cheerleaders, drill team, pep squad, all of it is a part of the atmosphere of high school football. They've been working, too, throughout the summer to try to do what they do. Here are some updates from the district in 9-4A Division II. China Spring at halftime, as we mentioned, leads Benbrook 42-21. Llano 28-8 lead with 3 minutes left in the second quarter over Gatesville. Robinson trails Taylor and the Ducks over the Rockets 21-20 at halftime. And Burnett 40, Gerald nothing. This is going to be a long year for Amos Davidson. What a great guy. Talked to him back when they realized he knew they were going to go 4A, from 3A to 4A, and they're in a district that, it's not the hardest district in 4A, but he knew this could be a long year. They're down 40-0 to Burnett, and there's still time left in the second quarter. Salado 26 and Troy 15 at halftime. I had a sneaking suspicion Allen Hare and Salado would be very good. Troy, you know what? They got Zach Robotchik, who's committed to Sam Houston State, 2,500 yards rushing. Fantastic young man. But they're down 11 at halftime, and that game is at Mary Hardin Baylor. In Sunnyvale here at Connolly, 29-15. The Cadets lead Sunnyvale at halftime. When we come back, stats, highlights. We'll also check in on other scores around Greater Central Texas. Paul Catalina, Ryan Davis, Craig Smoke, Deontay Epps, Chewy, JC, him too, JC King at 106.7 The Eagle. This is SicEm365 Radio.
Everything we do for you.
First Central Credit Union has expanded our playbook. First Central helps you roll with the changes. Save on your ride by refinancing your vehicle now. Your new game plan? Same ride, just lower payment. First Central is the local financial team to lead you in a winning season. When you need it the most, visit us online at firstcentralcu.com to see the First Central advantage in times like these.
Subject to membership eligibility. Member NCUA.
First Central Credit
How
Union
often have you said it's time to get in shape? Every day, every week, every month, maybe for as long as you can remember? How about starting today? I promise if you'll just join Waco Regional Tennis and Fitness now, you'll thank me later. Hi, this is David Smoke, offering a variety of 40 group exercise classes every single week, including boot camp on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:15, plus spin, body shaping, Pilates, yoga, and bar. And oh, there's a free kids club as well. Waco Regional Tennis and Fitness open Monday through Thursday, 5 to 10, Friday, 5 to 8, Saturday and Sunday, 7 to 7, and personal trainers, Christy London and Randall Corley. World-class tennis facility with pros Britt Coleman and Joe Rosa with lessons, camps, and special events. Spacious and clean workout rooms, locker room for men and women, both with a whirlpool and sauna, and now there's touchless bottle filling stations. No intimidation, tremendous camaraderie, an entirely new atmosphere, and yes, you can do this, but you have to walk through the front door. It's time to react today, not tomorrow. Waco Regional Tennis and Fitness on Lakeshore Drive in Waco.
The biggest, the baddest, and proven to be the best. Ram is back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now, get the Ram you've been waiting for less from your friend in the car business, Alan Samuels. A new loaded-up 2020 Ram 1500 Longhorn 4x4. Now with a whopping $12,000 off, and first responders receive an additional $500. Big summer clearance event savings from the Ram leader, Alan Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Ask for details. All offers with approved credit.
At Ideal MRI, we feel blessed to be a part of the Waco community. We're a small family business right here in Central Texas, and our goal is to bring down the cost of health care while maintaining high quality. At times like this, the cost of health care has never been more important, and unfortunately, significant illnesses and injuries still occur. That's why Ideal MRI is open and here to serve you through the difficult time. We offer premium MRIs just like a hospital with state-of-the-art technology and specialists, but you'll pay less. Sometimes thousands of dollars less, whether you're using insurance or not. At Ideal MRI, we accept most insurance and there are no hidden costs, even offering financing if that's needed. Everything included in the price, and you'll not get something as a surprise in the mail later on. If you need an MRI, ask your doctor about Ideal MRI. They'll know. You can schedule an appointment safely from home online in minutes at idealmri.com or give us a call, 833-IDEAL-MRI, idealmri.com.
Tonight's game stats are sponsored by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Real Texas barbecue with 2 locations in Central Texas. I-35 in Waco and on Highway 190 in Killeen. Next in line.
Scores around Central Texas. There's some of those flip games. We're going to get to those as well, like Weston, Lexington, Salado, Troy. We gave you an update on that one. Mejia and Yo. There's a couple of them you look at and go, what? Franklin and Lorena. Here are the stats again. First half, it's 29-15. Conley leads Sunnyvale. And everything statistically on the ground for the Cadets. Kavion Gaither, 15 carries, 154 yards, touchdowns of 19 yards and 42. Trey Wisner, the sophomore, 8 carries, 119 yards, touchdowns of 22, and then an electrifying 55-yard touchdown run on 3rd down and 19. Tyler Webb, 4 carries, 56 yards. Wiggins, 4 for 15. 344 yards rushing for Conley. 0 for 3 in the first half for Tyler Webb, the pick 6. Almost had another pick, and then a touchdown to Bronche Miles. It was tipped, deflected. He caught it. Would have been a 49-yard touchdown, but it was brought back for holding. That's something Conley has got to clean up with 3 holding calls in the first half. 344 yards of offense for Conley, all on the ground. Sunnyvale down 14 at halftime. Arinze has 6 carries for 49 yards and a 21-yard touchdown run. 4 carries for 11 yards for Alex Luna. And then Taylor has carried the ball 3 times. He's been sacked twice for minus 15 yards, just 45 yards on the ground for John Settle in Sunnyvale. Their passing game has produced 48 yards, 93 yards of total offense to 344 for Conley. Taylor is 5 of 6 passing for Sunnyvale for 48 yards. And then the sophomore Rigdon Yates 1 for 3 passing for 6 yards. Makeda 3 catches, 24. McDill 1 for 9. Luna 1 for 12. And Bruiser has 1 catch for 9 yards. 29-15 is our score. Conley leads right now over Sunnyvale at halftime. We'll have highlights here at some point here at halftime as well, brought to you by First Central Credit Union. Other scores. Lorena leads Franklin 14-6. That game in the second half. Granger 20, Axtell nothing at halftime. Springtown is a team that Conley will play in, a couple of weeks? They were a semifinalist last year. Glenrose leads Springtown 20-6 at halftime. Whitney down 17-7 to Quinlan Ford at the half. Crawford 7, Goldthwaite nothing halftime. And that reminds me, just a shout out to the late great Butch Henry. I say Goldthwaite, that's the way he always would say Goldthwaite, who passed away on Thursday morning. Santo down 1 at halftime to Rio Vista 8-7. Cayuga 24-12 lead over Mount Enterprise at the half. China Spring halftime 21-point lead over Benbrook. Here's another team that Conley will play down the road, their 4th non-district game. Van 19 and Palestine nothing at halftime. Mart 27, Teague nothing, as the Panthers are going for 4 consecutive state titles. Of course, there's a long way to go, but most likely at the end of it all, they'll be right there in the middle of that mix. Holland 13, Burton nothing. Holland was one of the great stories last year with Coach Talbert. They shut out Burton at halftime 13-0. Life School Waxahachie, that was a team that Conley was supposed to open with. They trailed Godley at halftime 15-3. Meridian down 6 to Kearns 13-7 at halftime. And West, Lexington's got Jared Kerr, their talented running back, who's getting a lot of look from the college teams, including Baylor. West leads 7-0 at halftime. Dublin trails De Leon 7-6 at the half. And we'll have some other scores. How about Grandview leads Malakoff 17-3. That's always a great game. Grandview's going for their 3rd consecutive state title. Lampasas 35-20 at halftime. You know Ace Whitehead has a lot to do with that. Halftime 29-15. Conley leads Sunnyvale. Sunnyvale will get the first possession of the 3rd quarter. Our halftime highlights coming up next. This is 106.7 The Eagle and SicEm365 Radio.
Everything we do for you.
First Central Credit Union has expanded our playbook. Yes, you can. Score big at First Central Credit Union. With a First Central debit or ATM card, you can deposit cash, up to 50 bills or checks at our local ATMs 24/7. Touchdown. Yes, you can. On your own time at First Central's enhanced ATM. Everything we do for you. Open an account online at firstcentralcu.com.
Subject to membership eligibility. Member NCUA.
I hate my job, but I don't mind getting up in the morning. I dread each day, but I can't wait to get out of bed. You ask me why, and what I'll say to you is true. Well, you can get breakfast tacos at Rudy's Barbecue. Scrambled eggs and brisket, they ain't fooling around. Salsa drap, son, they're the best in town. Barbecue for breakfast, yes, it's true. Put a smile on your morning at Rudy's Barbecue.
Graham Property Company will give you the best opportunities and services to navigate and achieve your real estate goals. At Graham Property Company, we strive to establish lasting relationships built on service and performance. Whether you are buying, leasing, selling, or investing, our real estate portfolio and expertise can facilitate your needs, no matter what real estate or property need you may encounter. Graham Property Company, property sales, acquisitions, leasing, and management at GrahamInvestmentCo.com.
How can we help you? That's a question we ask every day at American Bank. Hi, I'm President and CEO Dana Hassel. Our commitment to our customers is what drives us. It's why we've invested in new branch buildings and technology like ITMs that let you speak to a teller face-to-face from your car. It's why we work with local businesses, helping Waco grow and thrive. And it's why decisions about your accounts and loans are made here in Waco by people who know you. How can we help you? Find out at American Bank, member FDIC.
With a proven performance reputation spanning 85 years, Steel operates with one sole purpose, producing the highest quality seating solutions with the best and most efficient processes in the industry. With engineered, fabricated, and installed grandstands and bleachers all across North America, whether seating 50 to 50,000, the skill and versatility of our workmen are evident in the quality and precision work detailed on every bleacher and grandstand project. Steel, family owned and operated since 1934 at sturtisteel.com.
Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, the team physician of Baylor Athletics. Our doctors specialize in the diagnosis and treatment of any and all sports-related injuries. Celebrating over a decade of service in Central Texas, our doctors are equipped to handle a wide range of issues, whether it's your foot or ankle, orthopedic spine care, your hand or wrist, knee and shoulder pain, or if you're in need of our arthritis or total joint clinic. Come see us at the new Baylor Scott and White Ted and Sue Getterman Sports and Orthopedic Center. Trusted doctors at Baylor Trust, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Our goal is to get you back in the game.
Tonight's game highlights are brought to you by Stonewood Dental. Stonewood Dental is your one-stop shop for all your dental needs, and your comfort is our priority at stonewood-dental.com.
You just heard the lineup for Stonewood Dental. Let me tell you a story about Steve Childress. That's who I go to get my dental work. And you know, sometimes you go to the dentist and you know, if you haven't been there enough, then you don't want to go. And then if you don't want to go, it's because you probably haven't been taking care of what you do with your dental work, because you know something's bad. And Steve Childress is fantastic. Dr. Childress makes that experience about as comfortable as you could possibly be. Who would ever think going to a dentist is comfortable? Well, it is. With Stonewood Dental and Dr. Steve Childress and his staff, they are absolutely fantastic at what they do. They make you feel comfortable in what otherwise could be an uncomfortable situation. Hey, some other scores in Central Texas before we get to the highlights. La Vega, how about this with Don Hyde and the Pirates? They have their game with West Orange Stark, which was such a highly anticipated game. That's wiped out. They end up taking on a 5A team in Port Lavaca, Calhoun. They lead right now. This is who Connolly will play next Friday at Willie Williams Stadium. La Vega 20, Calhoun nothing. That game at halftime. Hillsboro early third quarter just kicked off, leads 14-7 against Anna. That West game against Lexington, 7-0 the Trojans and David Woodard in what they're doing there. McGregor 28 apiece. 8:51 to go third quarter against Lake Worth, and Lorena at halftime at Franklin. Mark Fannon's first year as a head coach, taking over for the legendary Mike Hedrick. 14-6 Lorena. I saw Lorena last week in a scrimmage with Connolly. They got a freshman receiver. I keep talking about him. He's good. I mean, he's really the real deal. 21-3 over Mejia and Tristan Abrams' debut with the Black Cats. Groesbeck leads Mildred 13-0 in Corsicana. First quarter, Rusk 28, Fairfield 7. Almost at halftime. Crawford, and I said that game with Gulfweight 7-0. They lead. Riesel 13, Marlin 7. Hamilton at the half leads Moody 41-0. Lonnie Judd, the first-year head coach at Moody, he was at Midway for a long, long time, trying to turn that program around. Milano halftime 25-0 against Valley Mills. Thorndale leads Dawson 18-6 at the half. Bruce Villetti down 34-7 to Millsap at halftime, and Leon 16-12 second quarter lead over Rosebud Lott. One other score, Hubbard 38, Bartlett nothing. That game is at the half. Hey, but Blum beat Aquila 56-6, and Abbott beat Avalon. Great win for Terry Crawford and company, 26-18. All right, here are the highlights of the first half, brought to you by Stonewood Dental. 29-15 Conley leads at the half, but this thing started a little bit dicey. Conley's first possession, it was Sunnyvale's defense to put up the first points of the game. 3rd and 6, Webb throws a quick out pass, intercepted. This will be a pick six. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Sunnyvale. Landry Laird. That's his second interception for a touchdown. He gave that away, and Laird picked it off and went about 50. 10:23 to go. That was Tyler Webb's first pass, that was his third pass. Was just not a very good throw. That was picked off. And a 2-point conversion, Makeda scored 8-0 Sunnyvale. But boy, did Connolly bounce back, and so did Tyler Webb. Webb in the gun. Snap, left side, Gaither. No, Webb keeps it right down 40. Tyler Webb, 50. Webb sideline break, lockdown field. Bronche Miles, he goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Tyler Webb with a huge play. They needed that to the 30. And that's a 2-yard run by Tyler Webb. And that kick-started the drive, and boy, did Connolly need it. They ended up going 75 yards in 5 plays, capped off by this electric sophomore and Trey Wisner. So 2nd down and 2 at the 22-yard line of Sunnyvale. Webb again, right side, Gaither. Off the nuts, Wisner again. He might score. He will score. Touchdown. Trey Wisner. Trey Wisner, and the 2-point conversion was good. 8-8 with 9:29 to go. Very quick, less than a minute drive for Connolly to tie the game up. And then, Sunnyvale gets great field position after a shank punt. They start at the 28-yard line of Connolly. It takes 2 plays, and Obi Arinze gives Sunnyvale the lead. The Raiders with the football. Laird in motion right side. Taylor in the gun. Arinze up the right side, and he will score. Touchdown. Touchdown Connolly. Touchdown Sunnyvale. Extra point by Sunnyvale was good. 5:45 to go first quarter. Game 15-8 Sunnyvale. 2-play, 28-yard drive. And yet again, after a 50-yard kick return by Wisner, he was a yard deep in the end zone, out to the 49 actually for Connolly. A 5-play, 51-yard drive, and Kavion Gaither gets into the act. Webb, this time Gaither left side, has room, bounces, and he will score. Untouched. Touchdown. 19 yards. Morales with the extra point, 3:21 to go first quarter, tied at 15, a 5-play, 51-yard drive, and then Connolly starts to take over the game and wearing down Sunnyvale with nearly 350 yards rushing, 42 yards on another run from Kavion Gaither. Here's Webb to Gaither right side. There goes Kavion. Look at him go. What a move. 20. Goodbye. Touchdown. Kavion Gaither, my goodness. 42 yards. Made a move and down to his hand on the ground to keep his balance. Touchdown run. 10:08 to go second quarter. 22-15 Morales extra point. 8-play, 80-yard drive. And it was an 8-play, 80-yard drive that took 3 minutes, 18 seconds off the clock. Connolly gets the ball back again at their 31-yard line. 7 plays, and the sophomore Trey Wisner lights it up on 3rd down and long. This is Wisner up the middle, 50. Wisner, can he get loose? Oh my goodness, look at him go. 35, 30, 20, inside the 15. Trey Wisner, you're kidding me. Touchdown, 55 yards. Connolly overcame 3 holding calls on that drive to lead 29-15, and then with Sunnyvale driving at the end of the half, the defense of Connolly comes up with a play. Luna in his own little wildcat, he has the first down. Ball came loose, and Connolly recovers. He got stuck inside the 20. Fumble recovery by Trey Walker. And that stopped the Sunnyvale drive. Connolly took a knee. Halftime, 29-15. Back with the second half. Halftime brought to you by First Central Credit Union with locations in Belle Meade, Hewitt, Waco, Hillsborough, and Brownwood. Everything we do for you. This is SicEm365 Radio, 106.7 The Eagle.
Do you or your kids get nervous about going to the dentist? Stonewood Dental. Dr. Steve Childress, he can help.
I've spent a career taking care of patients who as children had bad experiences, and now they're adults that hate going to the dentist. If I get a kid at 3 years old and they come every 6 months and it's a happy experience, it's normal for them. Now they have an accident at 6 or 7 or 8 at school. Now they have a broken tooth or a trauma, and they have to come here. They're used to lights, they're used to the water in their mouth, they're used to experience, they already trust us. It's amazing what we can do with that kid without it being a negative thing. But if I see a 6 or 7 or 8 year old that's never been to the dentist, and now they have a trauma or an unfortunate unexpected toothache, it's harder to do that for that kid and it not be somewhat of a negative experience. So bottom line is I try to teach kids and adults and teenagers and everybody the way I'd want my family treated, which is where it's a necessary part of life. You just take care of it. It doesn't have to be that big a deal.
Learn more, stonewood-dental.com.
The biggest, the baddest, and proven to be the best. Ram is back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now, get the Ram you've been waiting for less from your friend in the car business, Alan Samuels. A new loaded-up 2020 Ram 1500 Longhorn 4x4. Now with a whopping
in Texas, there's pea-size hail and baseball-size
receive an additional $500. Big summer clearance event savings from the Ram leader, Alan Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Ask for details. All offers with approved credit.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible and rewarding challenge. Hi, this is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help. With remarkable products like our free First mobile app, we've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. That's the First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Connolly Cadets Halftime Show is sponsored by First Central Credit Union, with locations in Belmead, Hewitt, Waco, Hillsborough, and Brownwood. Everything we do for you.
By the way, this is KIXT, Hewitt, Waco, Belmead, Waco's only classic rock 106.7, The Eagle, SicEm365 radio that, well, was created. A dream by Brian Etheridge and Ashley Hodge and Cole Barber, and that dream was, well, put in overdrive sometime in mid-March when Craig and Paul and I had an opportunity that we didn't expect, and it's been a great journey ever since. Here comes Morales kicking off for Connolly from the 40, 29-15 Cadets at halftime as we start the third quarter. Higher, deeper pooch kick that's caught near the out-of-bounds marker by Laird, breaks a couple of tackles, and he'll come down at just outside the 35-yard line. Pretty good field position. Nice coverage by Connolly. And there's that Brooks Williams. Excuse me, not Brooks Williams. On the kickoff return coverage, again, E.J. Torres Luna. He's got a lean to him. Midway defense up front. Tackles are Turner, Pullen. Trey Walker and Kaysen Pullen on the edges. Torres Luna and Gaither, along with LaMarcus McDonald, the linebackers. Corners are Isaiah Stevens, Azure Rose. Marcus Long Jr. and Trey Wisner are the safeties. And Sunnyvale down 14 with the football with Taylor, the quarterback. Two receivers to the right side, and they run it to Luna, who tries to bounce outside, and he ran into, what a night for Kaysen Pullen, the junior. He's got a sack. And right there, they give him back to the line of scrimmage. That was close to a tackle for a loss. And it's second down and 10. Alex Luna last year, running back for Sunnyvale, 845 yards and 10 touchdowns. And Arinze had 1,046 yards and 9 scores. And it's second down and 10. Taylor again, looks right, steps up, over the middle, pass, incomplete. And there's Luna again, Torres Luna in the kind of in the view of Taylor looking for McDill on a slant, third down and 10.
And Sunnyvale doesn't want to get into this where they're going to have to try and whip the ball around the yard, Smokey.
No, they don't. No, they don't. So third down, Taylor is 5 of 7 passing, but nothing really has been completed deep. He had that one throw down the sideline that was tipped away. Here comes the blitz on the right side by Gaither. Taylor rolls right. Now he wants to step up and run, and will be stopped short of the first down. A nice collision at the 40-yard line. They say the ball came loose, but he was already down. Gain of 6 out close to the 41, and Taylor, he took a shot, or is that Pullen who took a shot at the end of that play as well? That was a collision. Torrey Pullen, and if he gets hit or he hits, he's saying, hey, you get off the field. No, they're going to bring him out, and they'll bring Beatty in, Junior Beatty, who is also the right tackle. Now they got to make sure.
Torrey Pullen was trying to win an argument with Shane Anderson. I'm going to tell you, your odds on that are slim.
Back deep is Kavion Gaither to field the punt. And here comes, actually, Makeda with that rocket foot. Rugby punt. He's going to keep it off the right side. He's going to pick up what looks like to be short of the first down at the 44-yard line. He got really close, and LaMarcus McDonald with one whale of a play to close on him right at the sticks at the 45 of Sunnyvale.
He had the room to get it. He was going to have to, lean forward because McDonald was there, but man, what a tackle, and stuck him there to make sure Conley got the ball back.
So Makeda, you could see that look, and I thought he was going to make it, but a great play by McDonald, the linebacker, and Conley with a 14-point lead, and will have the ball at the Sunnyvale 44 to start their first possession of the third quarter. Craig Smoke on the sideline, Paul Catalina, Ryan Davis, and Deontay Epps here in the booth, in the press box, in the home radio booth, and the flag comes down. I think somebody might have jumped early or an illegal substitution. Conley has like 13 players on offense, I think it is. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They had a receiver, I think that was Joyner, who's standing near the sideline, who counted off as number 12, and he kind of tried to slide in amongst all the other blue and silver jerseys. That didn't work. Long splits near side, Miles far side, first down and 15, Conley at the 49 of Sunnyvale with a 14-point lead. And Webb has a man come in motion. That's De La Fuente. And Webb gives it off the right side. Weisner tries to turn the corner, and he does. 45, there he goes again. Slides inside the 40, down to the 33, and a gain of 16 yards. Bart just made the tackle.
He's not just, a great, runner when it comes to his strides. He bounces off people. He's got the stiff arm kind of down already.
Yeah, he seemed like when you hit him, he almost like move him, launch him, because he's got the long stride. Miles and long split out along within the slot now. Weisner, man in motion. That's De La Fuente. Snap, handoff. This is the right side. Gaither, not much down to the 30, but a gain of a couple.
Welcome to SicEm365 Radio.
Down Arinze from the backside. Max Makeda as well.
And they're going to have La Vega next week, and it'll be, an even bigger test. But, we want to see, I'd like to see Tyler Webb throw the ball a little more. I want to see him get better at that. But, you don't need to. Why?
No, yeah, you do.
Right now. But
no, you do.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying. When you could pound the rock like this and somebody into submission, Gaither off the left side, cuts it up. That's time they stack him up a little bit better, down inside the 30, down to the 27. Arinze there. 9:27, third quarter, 29-15 Conley. Trailed 8-0, 15-8. Now they bring in the big bodies, Trey Walker and Caden Turner, 260-pound sophomore hammer. They'll still have Long and Miles in the game. De La Fuente comes out, and it's third down and 3. Gaither now with those early carries, 156 yards on 16 carries, and third down and let's say 4 here. At the 27, Gaither right side and just kind of leans down inside the 25 and a first down at the 22 and a gain of 5. And Sunnyvale's defense really started having their hands on their hip. As you can imagine, it's hot, it's muggy. They had no scrimmage. And right now down 14. Gaither again, right side. This time they stack him up. They had enough. At least Arinze had enough. Obi, Arinze, and Hudson Smith.
Yeah, Conley was trying to go fast there, and actually I think it was a little bit to their detriment because they weren't ready either.
19 carries, 164 yards. Conley down on the right hash, inside the Sunnyvale 25 to the 22. Second down, and they'll say he did get back to the line of scrimmage. Gaither to the right of Webb. Webb with the 2 white socks about calf high. Long in motion, far side, right hash. Webb will let him stop and take the snap from Kaufman to Gaither, turns the corner left side and breaks a tackle, slides inside the 20, down to the, they'll say 15-yard line for 6. It's 3rd and 4. Jake Taylor with the tackle. 170 yards, 20 carries for Gaither. He comes out. Jamari Wiggins, who showed us a little flash with an earlier run of 7 yards. 3rd and 3, now 3rd and 4, the official clock with 7:35 to go. And Shane Anderson said to Craig at halftime, he said, we might try to slow this down, but you got to make sure you have the game in hand. Here's a handoff to Wiggins, right side. Wiggins bounces outside, and we'll have a 1st and goal. These running backs, Paul, they have a lot of lean to them, but they also have great balance down to the 5 for a gain of 10 on a first down.
Yeah, you know what's kind of fascinating is so far they haven't lost anything really. I mean, everybody's kind of different, Wisner, Wiggins, and of course Kavion Gaither, but they don't really lose much when it comes to leaning forward, getting the first down, going for the yards.
First and goal at the 5 of Sunnyvale. 7 minutes to go, third quarter. They tie up Wiggins, who spins away. Boy, that was a nice hit. He spun away. That's how you can fumble. He did a great job of holding on to that. When you spin, and then all of a sudden somebody meets you on the other side. That was Christian Key. Gaither back in the game. It's now second and goal from what they say is the 5. Tyler Webb comes out. Wiggins and Gaither now, and what looks like might be a Wildcat setup.
I was about to say that Wiggins might have missed his opportunity at least this time to get in the end zone. Well, because he was getting, but now, who knows?
Trey Walker, Turner, the tight end left side. Walker H-back. Gaither with Wiggins to his left. Gaither goes left side, cuts it up, just short, got to about the 2.5. Methodical drive since the 4th down stop by the linebacker LaMarcus McDonald. Makeda stopped Gaither at the 3. And so now you have what is third and goal. And we've gone halfway through this third quarter, 29-15. Gaither got 2.
And you Connolly's had the ball here going on maybe about 5 minutes.
So from the 2, Kaufman, 285-pound center, with a snap to Gaither. Just like he took it last year. Left side, Gaither bounces, slips, falls, and loses a yard. That time is great penetration up the middle. One of the defensive linemen for Sunnyvale just kind of pushed that thing back, and then Kavion tried to bounce it outside when you have the great speed. Bounce it out if you can towards the pylon, and when he did, he just couldn't get his feet right. So 4th and goal from the 4. 29-15. This is kind of like would be an extra point. Shane Anderson, the clock is down to 14, and I think he's going to let this thing go down and then make a decision on what to do. You know what my philosophy is? There's going to be a time at some point this year when you're going to have to kick a field goal to win a game.
Might as well do it now.
You're up 14. Yeah, if you stick it in here, that's great. But why not try to get that in if you can? And, again, if you don't, then they have the ball at the 20-yard line. 5:05 to go, third quarter. This is 106.
Everything we do for you.
First Central Credit Union has expanded our playbook. Yes, you can. Score big at First Central Credit Union. With a First Central debit or ATM card, you can deposit cash up to 50 bills or checks at our local ATMs 24/7. Touchdown. Yes, you can. On your own time at First Central's enhanced ATM. Everything we do for you. Open an account online at firstcentralcu.com.
Subject to membership eligibility. Member NCUA.
Mazonik, Aaron Miner, Sturda Steel, Taylor Bledsoe, Graham Properties, Jenner Jones, Parsons Roofing, Stuart Parsons, and American Bank, thanks to Cassie Bowers. 5:05 third quarter, 4th and goal, and they bring Morales on. They do bring him on with 5:05 to go. Gaither is the holder. He'll kneel at about the 12. This is a little bit more than an extra point. It's not a great angle because it's from the left hash. The snap will be from about the 3. Gaither with the hold, snap, hold, kick Morales. The kick is up, and the kick is, there you go, good. Do that, fundamentally sound football. 5:02 to go, third quarter. 32-15, Morales with his first field goal of the year. Conley leads Sunnyvale. This is 106.7 The Eagle and SicEm365.
Bird Culchin Ford has been in Waco since 1936. Ford, the #1 selling truck in Texas, 43 years running. And Bird Culchin Ford proudly supports high school football in Central Texas, and no better way to tailgate with a Ford than from Bird Culchin Ford, our sponsor of the Ford Tough Player of the Week. Locally owned dealership, online at bkford.com. At 1701 West Loop 340 in Waco, the annual tent sale's going on right now.
At Midway's had a few offers to play college football. Sure-handed receiver. We watched him the Last year especially, their season ended against Westfield down in Bryan at Merrill Green Stadium. Here, Conley 32, Sunnyvale 15. Here's the thing. Everyone scores these touchdowns, and you lose sight of it. You're now up 3 scores. 17 points. It means that Sunnyvale's going to have to score at least 3 times, and that's if you don't score again.
Yeah, and, really there, they have the ball at the 20-yard line. If you go for it and don't get it, they have the ball at the 4 or the 5. So, you're giving up 15 yards if you don't make the field goal. I think it's a smart move to take. You got to get used to running that play. We've done a lot of games, Smokey, where the team's not used to running that play, and then they can't do it when it matters.
Here's a kick that's caught at the 35, and Sunnyvale, there's Laird. He's got a kick return in his career. Has a pick 6 in his career. He's at the Conley 40, and he's out of bounds, tripped up at the 35. He just flat out knows how to get loose. Landry Laird, 2 interceptions for touchdowns in his career, including tonight. 1 kick return for a touchdown. Kobe Black, yep. You know who that is, the Black family. Kobe Black, a freshman, made the special teams tackle for Conley, but Sunnyvale needing help with the ball at the Conley 33, down with 4:50 to go by 17.
Yeah, they needed that one bad. They were kind of wandering in the desert, Smokey. And they might still be. Conley's defense has stepped up here the last few drives. So
Conley's defense, you're right. They had the 4th down stop. They forced the fumble. And now a timeout coming out of a kick return by John Settle. And this is part of that probably not having enough practice and, of course, the scrimmages. You don't practice too much of this when you're scrimmaging. 4:50 to go in the 3rd quarter in Sunnyvale. So they have an interception for a touchdown, so that's the defense. The other score they had was a short field of like 30 yards, and that's it. They have not taken the ball and driven it the length of the field, and then they have to get into kind of, like you said, this little shootout mentality. Craig Smoke down with a Texas Tour Gear sideline report. And Craig, your thoughts about the Conley and bouncing back from the early deficit, the turnover.
Turn your mic, Craig.
Yeah, sorry about that. But, yeah, I mean, it was a big play early for Sunnyvale, but, I mean, that's basically been it ever since. So, I mean, yes, a nice resolve shown by Conley.
They bring a player in, Bruiser, at the last second off the sideline. He'll split to the near side. 2 receivers this way for the Raiders at the Conley 33 with Taylor, the quarterback, or was that Rigdon Yates? That's Taylor, keeper up the middle, down inside the 30, close to the 28-yard line. About 4, give him 5. That didn't look like Taylor. Didn't look as big a body, but it was. Or was that Makeda?
Yeah, it was Makeda.
That was Makeda. His brother Tripp, I mentioned this, their dad played in Army, was a fantastic running back. Makeda has 2 carries for 14 yards. They're trying to find magic. Arinze to the left. Taylor back in the game at quarterback on 2nd and 5. Low, high snap. Arinze right side. That time they bottled him up. Kind of just lost his timing. Had the kind of high step to get outside and gained a couple of yards down to the 28. Torrey Pullen, the senior, was there. Had a chance to interview him. Luke Taylor, Jake Taylor, the quarterback, just went down. He's got cramps. Yep, that's part of what you have right now. And he's grabbing his the front of his toes. It's such a frustrating thing. And it's hot, and it's humid, muggy. Clock continues to run. Play clock is, they'll let him come off the field. That's part, again, of Rigdon Yates, the sophomore, will come in. Now they'll wind it with 3:50 to go, 3rd quarter. It's 32-15, Conley leading Sunnyvale here in the 3rd quarter at Mac People Stadium. 3rd and 4, man in motion, H-back left side. They stack it this way. Here comes Rigdon Yates, looks left, throws left, pass is caught. Nice throw and a nice catch at about the 21, and a 1st down by Joey Bruiser and a gain of 6.
Yeah, it was close. He kind of bobbled it a little bit as he was going out of bounds, but got his feet in and made the catch.
Bruiser has 2 catches for 15 yards. That's kind of been it for them, 6, 8, 9, 7 yards. At the 21-yard line of Conley, and now the umpire. And here comes another player down here. He's contagious. I don't want to use that word. It's not a good word, not during this time with what we have with COVID. But now the cramps can be. Now, one guy goes down, I think I can.
I'll tell you, I don't know if this is real. The player who was fell down was well in the backfield, and they were running to try to catch him in the backfield, so he just fell down in front of the official, and then the Connolly coaches started stretching him out. So I'm not saying he doesn't have cramps, but I'm not saying he does. I think this is in question given the fact that he was running until he got to about the 21-yard line and noticed they were about to snap the ball, and then he
Have you ever
collapsed.
had cramps?
Yes.
Then you wouldn't question him.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't look. I am all for acting, and I'm all for trying to get out of any sticky situation you can get into.
All right, your job now is to monitor him once he gets out. I'm not questioning.
No, and look,
I'm telling you, he's still down. This is painful. 3:36 to go, third quarter, and that feeling, and you can't get out of it. They're trying to run a play, Sunnyvale. There's still a player from Conley who's down, like getting mouth to mouth or something.
It is Kavion Gaither.
It's Kavion Gaither. So okay, all right. Yeah, you get an interview this week, you won't get another one. And he's wincing.
Yeah, he's wincing. Okay,
now,
he's wincing.
Shame on you at the 21-yard line, first down, Sunnyvale.
And maybe he couldn't get back because he had cramps before.
Maybe he cramped. Second down, Arinze shifts right, left hash. Rigdon Yates rolls that way, throws sideline, undershoots his intended receiver, McDill, at about the 15, second down and 10.
I do feel bad for questioning it because it does look like he's still getting stretched out here.
Yeah.
But from my vantage point, he did run to the 20-yard line and then just fell down, and they were about to run a play, so I thought he was like, well, maybe I'll do this.
Second down. Be a controversy next week. Second down, Sunnyvale at the 21. Max Makeda now the quarterback. McDill to the near side. That looked like early motion. Makeda keeps it off the right side. Boy, I just like the way he runs with the ball. Always seems like something happens. Probably trying to get the ball to him as much as they can down to the 16 for 5 yards. 3 minutes and 20 seconds, third quarter. 32-15, Conley and Sunnyvale trying to score for the first time since early or midway through the first quarter. So Makeda picked up 5, and it's now third down and 5. Makeda throws past his receiver, slipped McDill. Good coverage by Isaiah Stevens, and it's fourth down.
I mean, no one else saw what I saw. Just Deontay saw it. KG's not going to make me any food now. That's it.
Well, nor's mom.
Yeah.
So they'll bring McDill off the field. Back in the game is Jackson Ivey. It's like strange all of a sudden this game came to a screeching halt. Fourth down and 5 for Sunnyvale, down 17, and now it comes to more of a screeching halt. John Settle wants a timeout. 2:59 to go, third quarter, 32-15. Conley leads Sunnyvale on 106.7, The Eagle, Waco's only classic rock station.
Graham Property Company will give you the best opportunities and services to navigate and achieve your real estate goals. At Graham Property Company, we strive to establish lasting relationships built on service and performance. Whether you are buying, leasing, selling, or investing, our real estate portfolio and expertise can facilitate your needs no matter what real estate or property need you may encounter. Graham Property Company, property sales, acquisitions, leasing, and management at GrahamInvestmentCo.com.
At Ideal MR.
At GrahamInvestmentCo.com.
At Ideal MR.
2:59 to go after they come back from the timeout. Sunnyvale's going to try to answer the Morales kick with one of their own. And let me tell you, Pacina last year was 4 for 5 kicking field goals. 58 of 62 extra points. Here's the snap. Here's, oh, what a leg. Pacina just drilled like a stinger from Tiger, who didn't play very well this week up in Chicago. 2:53 to go. So Sunnyvale answers with a field goal of Morales with one of those, and Pacina just shot that through the hole. 32-18. Conley leads. Third quarter, 106.7. The Eagle.
At Ideal MRI, we feel blessed to be part of the Waco community. We're a small family business here in Central Texas. At times like this, the cost of healthcare has never been more important. And unfortunately, significant illnesses and injuries still occur. And that's why Ideal MRI is open and here to serve you through this difficult time. So if you need an MRI, ask your doctor about Ideal MRI. You can schedule online in minutes at idealmri.com or call 833-IDEAL-MRI.
Football, been covering high school football in Texas for too long. I mean that because that means I'm 39 years, and I've done a lot of broadcasts. I've been fortunate, and it's fun to do this game. Back in mid-March, we didn't know what we would be doing this fall, and thanks to SicEm365 Radio, we were able to pick this up. And Connolly football, those core corporate sponsors, they have been amazing, along with so many others, and a part of SicEm365 Radio that's been just something that was really almost unimaginable. We knew the kickoff goes to the back of the end zone. We knew we'd have a lot of sponsors that would follow us for what we did on the radio. Craig and his show between 12 and 3. Paul and I had the show between 3 and 6. And you know, we had guys there that when we left, we didn't know. And all of a sudden, we've done 105 shows, 104 and a half. And then also, we started doing high school football.
I was waiting for you to bring it up.
High school football tonight here at Mac Peoples Stadium.
Stepping into a new pair of boots is great, but stepping into the boots of a U.S. Army officer can also add confidence and leadership skills to your son or daughter's career path. There are more than 150 occupational specialties to help them find the best fit for their future. See all the things your son or daughter can achieve in our boots at GoArmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 25459.
Feeling there'll be some scores. There's always this way. Even if you would have had regular summer and 2 scrimmages or whatever, there's always that opening week of, whoa.
We don't call this week 0 anymore, do we?
No.
Okay, good.
I hated that. So Williams picks up 3, second down at 7. Webb remains a quarterback, 2 backs behind him to his left and right. Here's a handoff to Wisner, and here he goes, turns the corner. Here he goes. Watch out. Here comes the flag. It's coming back. Wisner does it again down inside the 25 with the side judge. The referee threw that flag, and he's kind of barking at the Connolly staff. That came from the back. Shane Anderson is furious with the linesman. Got to be careful not to get too close to it, but that Wisner is also down probably from just the long run. He's had a bunch of bursts tonight, and this is coming back. He went down to the 23 with a 49-yard run, and Brendan Gomez made the tackle, but this one was coming back as the hold came right as Wisner made the turn. This is the 4th holding call against Connolly.
And right at the first down, really just about a yard shy of the first down, too.
He got probably a few of those things that called cramps. It's hot. It's muggy. And as Craig mentioned when he came in at halftime, we see the flags, the Sunnyvale flags on the far side, the pylons atop of the goalpost. It's windy down there, and it's not windy that makes it cooler. It's like kind of being in front of a blow dryer. So second down and 11 after the holding call. 4 holding calls against the Cadets. Shane Anderson still barking at the line. Second down and 11. Webb shotgun, 2 backs. This is Gaither. He's going to hit in the backfield and get dropped for a big loss back at the 20. This game is kind of...
Marcus Long, I think.
Marcus Long, excuse me, made the run. Gaither was not in the backfield that time. Ashton Brooks Williams also in the game. So this is kind of a Sunnyvale cut it to 14 with that field goal, and there's time. Minute 40. This last 2, 3, 4 minutes of the third quarter is just like never gone anywhere with a minute 30 to go. And now 3rd down and 15. And LaMarcus McDonald in the game as well as one of the H-backs, and Webb will put McDonald to his right. Shotgun Webb, looks left, throws over the middle, pass incomplete, and there were 4 jerseys around the ball, and LaMarcus McDonald was about 5 yards away from it. So Tyler Webb is 0 for 4 tonight in this game, in the passing game. You know La Vega will try to take part of what you do away. they're going to say, okay, well, you can't throw it or you can't throw it well enough, so we'll try to do everything we can to stack it.
Oh,
you're going to have to throw the football, but you got to get through this one first with now punting against a stiff wind.
A stiff wind, and the only time Sunnyvale's scored today on offense is when they have it at a short field. So, and of course they had the pick six, but on offense, the only one is the only times they've scored when they had a short field. And if you get a short field here, that gives them another chance, a better chance to score.
Morales' last punt this direction was 12 yards over his head. Picks it up. Can he get it off? He kicks it out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty, and Sunnyvale's going to start inside the 5. What a disastrous situation for Connolly. Morales had to leap up to grab the football. The best thing would have happened there was to let it go back in the end zone and land on it for a safety. Sunnyvale will start inside the Connolly 10. They were down 17, and they'll have the ball at about the 5 or 6 yard line.
Yeah,
this is a terrible turn of events for the Cadets.
Yeah, Shane Anderson is arguing for something here. I'm not sure what.
There's nothing to argue for.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Unless he's still barking about the holding penalty.
Well, he might be doing that, but his defense has their backs. Some of them will be standing in the end zone when Sunnyvale. So you mentioned it, a pick six, a 29-yard short field on that score. And again, here they are. Right now, they'll start first and goal inside the Connolly 5-yard line. Actually, they'll say where he kicked it at the 5, that's where they get the ball. And Morales has to know better next time. Just take the ball, do whatever you can, try to get it off and run.
Throw it out
to the back of the end zone. Makeda in at H-back, or the Wildcat. They have 2 tight ends. Makeda, right side, plows in and down at the 1. Gain of about 4. This is called game management right now for Connolly, because they had control, they had the ball, and that drive in which Gaither wasn't a part of it. Weisner had the long run brought out. From the 1, Makeda, Sunnyvale trying to cut this thing in half from 14, late third quarter. From the 1, Makeda, right side, and he will score. Touchdown. Touchdown, Sunnyvale. They are right back in this game. 40 seconds to go, third quarter, 32-24, and now the Raiders have just, here comes awakened as this game has moved close to the end of the third quarter.
You know, I wonder if not scoring that touchdown, when they kicked the field goal is what flipped this momentum a little bit.
That was a terrible drive offensively.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, even with the run by Weisner, that was still just a terrible drive the way that thing was, almost as if they were going through the motions. There's a flag down, extra point by Pacina is good, so the flag will be waved off. 40 seconds to go, third quarter. They're going to try to maybe iron this out. It is 32-25. Connolly leads by 7. The lead has been cut by 10. This is 106.7 The Eagle. Stepping into a new pair of boots is great, but stepping into the boots of a U.S. Army officer can also add confidence and leadership skills to your son or daughter's career path. There are more than 150 occupational specialties to help them find the best fit for their future. See all the things your son or daughter can achieve in our boots at GoArmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543. Tell you another thing that happened with that's a 10-point spread, basically, that just disappeared because of the field goal and also the bad snap of the punt. And with 40 seconds to go, third quarter, Connolly still has to go against this very stiff wind that has the Sunnyvale flags on the far side just going basically like you're on the Gulf Coast.
Well, and Connolly's got to feel also like, look, if they don't spot Sunnyvale any of this stuff, that this game's pretty much over.
Here's Pacina blasted through the back of the end zone. Weisner just lets it go over his head. And so you felt comfortable 32-15. And that's why you like what John Settle did. That's why I like the Morales field goal. But John Settle said, you know what, the easy thing to do, you're down 17, try to get a chunk out of it. They kicked the field goal. Pacina drilled it, and then they end up getting great field position. And now Sunnyvale's defense has to feel very good. There's an entire quarter to go, and they're only down 7. And the passing game for Conley, 0 for 4. But the running game, which had 344 yards at the half, has put up a little bit, but nothing explosive, including the one play that was called back. Webb to Gaither, left side. Kavion, he breaks loose and gets about 9. Landry Laird made the tackle. 180 yards on 23 carries.
Missed the last series because of the cramps, so now he's back in. And
they're going to let the fourth quarter clock run out. Kavion Gaither, 23 carries, 180 yards. Fourth quarter coming up. Conley 32, Sunnyvale 25. We'll update the games in District 9 4A Division 2 when we come back. 106.7 The Eagle and SicEm365 Radio.
The SicEm365 Radio High School Football Showcase is sponsored by the U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company at GoArmy.com or 254-598-8131.
Stepping into a new pair of boots is great, but stepping into the boots of a U.S. Army officer can also add confidence and leadership skills to your son or daughter's career path. There are more than 150 occupational specialties to help them find the best fit for their future. See all the things your son or daughter can achieve in our boots at GoArmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543. Lead over Sunnyvale. They'll get the win behind them here to start the fourth quarter. The comfortable lead of 17 points has been cut to 7. Weisner sits in the slot near side with Bronche Miles. Long far side. Gaither is to the left of Webb, and the H-back on the right side is De La Fuente. Second down at a yard for the Cadets. Spurlark, Pullen, Kaufman, Gray, and Beatty, the offensive line. They've opened up some huge holes. Here's Gaither on second and a yard. He'll pick up 5 and 6 and 7 out to the 43-yard line on a gain of 9.
And he's the difference maker, Smokey. As good as the young guys are, it really is right now about Kavion Gaither and what he can do.
189 yards. And what I like about it is that there's been 3 yards and 8 yards and tough yards and electric runs. Fourth quarter, 22nd into it. Conley at their 43-yard line. Sunnyvale 4-man front. Gaither, they run the reverse, and Weisner has a blocking caravan. Webb with a block. Weisner, 35 and out of bounds. Bronche Miles with a really nice block downfield to the 31-yard line for a gain of 26 yards.
Oh. And there's a penalty after the play here.
The player for Sunnyvale, Max Makeda, is down.
I think this is going to be on Conley. They're still going to have a first down, but
161 yards on 10 carries. Craig Smoke with a Texas Tour Gear sideline report. Did you see what may have happened after the play?
No, I have no idea. I got cut off vision-wise, so I didn't see. I looked up, and suddenly there was a yellow hanky on the field, and it was pretty clear by the reactions that it was on Connolly. So, gosh, I mean, like, this has been the most boring 20 minutes of football from a clock just frozen standpoint. I understand, and I've been talking about it all night, like there's not a lot of energy out here. There's not a lot of fans going crazy or shaking things like you would typically hear. And plus, it's really freaking hot. And so I can understand these players being tired and all of that. But, man, that was just not a great sequence of events over the last 20 minutes for the Cadets. So you really hope that they can avoid some more of these big penalties like that one right there and try to get in the end zone, because they've been dominant for the most part tonight and just have kind of lost it over the last 20 minutes.
11:28 to go in the game. First out at the 46 instead of at the 26 or the 30. Kavion Gaither, right side, jumps inside the 45 to the 43 for a gain of 3 yards, second and 7. Hudson Smith, yeah, that was a personal foul after the play. And I don't like the way they do a post-play personal foul. To me, it should be first and 25, but it's just the way the rules are written. Gaither picked up 25 carries tonight, 2 scores. Second down and 7 at the Sunnyvale 43. He remains in the game to the left of Webb. Gaither again, left side, splits it, right side, slides down inside the 35, and dives to the 33 for 10 more. Over, well, he's at 202 yards for Kavion Gaither.
And like I said before, Smokey, this offense is just different when he's in there. The things that they can do. And
China Spring had, 67-35 lead with 8 minutes left. They're going to score 70 or 80 against Benbrook. Gatesville trails 38-8. Robinson up on Taylor now, 26-21 fourth quarter. Gerald's getting mauled. Salado up 12 over Troy in the fourth quarter. First down at the 33-yard line of Sunnyvale. 7-point lead. Gaither left side, and they bottling him up. But even when they do that, it's kind of like I say, and I'm not comparing him to Zeke, but he gets 4 when it looks like he might get a yard. He's slow getting up on this one, but that's 27 carries for Kavion Gaither. And now second down and 6 for a gain of 4.
Yeah, he's had the workload tonight. He's been fantastic every step of the way.
Tyler Webb, the quarterback. We've had Miles and Long. You've had Wisner, Wiggins as far as receivers, slot receivers, running backs. And then a big group of H-backs and tight ends and a timeout, Sunnyvale. That might be it for them.
Yeah, that's it.
9:55 to go, and John Settle, or the defensive coordinator, that's Cody Stutz, did not like what he saw. Also, you have De La Fuente, Trey Walker, and Caden Turner that come in and run that power set. And they've just been leaning on Sunnyvale, and it's second down and 5. And, yeah, I understand what Craig's talking about. This game has come to kind of a screeching halt. It's benefited Sunnyvale because when it was in kind of that mode, that shootout mode, then it appeared as if that kind of was real comfortable for Conley. But you have to find a way. If it's not working for you, then you start to slow it down. Conley's also made some of the mistakes. 4 holding calls. That was a personal foul, and that one was again that could come back. We still don't know. That could come back to haunt them because they still have 30 yards to go.
Yeah, and they've overcome it, at least getting a first down since then. But did it cost them a much better play?
Second down and 6. Conley at the 29-yard line of Sunnyvale. Wind blowing. They have the wind behind their back. Marcus Long Jr. looks to the sideline. Miles this way. Turner is on the right side at 260-pound Anvil. Webb, shotgun. Gaither, zone read left side, turns the corner on a stiff arm. What a nice tackle. That's Taylor, Jake Taylor, the quarterback, and he only got a yard. That's a big boy play by the quarterback and middle linebacker, and Gaither tried to get that face mask, kind of that stiff arm, and Taylor had none of it. Tyler Webb comes out on third down and 6, and Ashton Brooks-Williams back in the game.
Yeah, I wonder if this play is mostly going to be a keeper for Kavion Gaither or what they're going to run off of it.
Might be 4-down territory, but you're only up 7. 9:15 to go in the clock. Gaither with a shotgun. Wildcat, left side, stack it up. He doesn't have much. Does break a tackle. Leans to the 25. He got about 3, maybe 4. It's 4th and 2. Brent Winfrey got just enough of him, and he tugged him for a couple of more yards. It's 4th and 2. Well, you know who's going to get the football. You would think. And this is a critical part. Tyler Webb has come back in the game. Wiseman comes out of the game on 4th and 2. Shane Anderson, I think, is going to let the clock come down. Play clock is at 15. 4th and 2. 8:40 clock running. No rush. Conley's going to take a timeout on 4th and 2 and talk about it at the Sunnyvale 25. This is 106.7.
After my first car accident, I feared the biggest damage would be to my wallet. I expected a mountain of bills and a long, drawn-out process. But my Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent was there when I needed her and helped me get back on my feet and in my car in no time. Instead of a hassle, I got reassurance and a quick recovery.
Stop by and see our agents at one of our 3 McLennan County locations.
Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Sunnyvale still huddled around their head coach and John Settle. Conley around their coaching staff. Offensive coordinator is Terry Garrick in his 4th year. Shane Anderson, of course, in the middle of that. Conley with a very experienced staff. Shane Anderson's 6th year as head coach. And when he first started, remember there was a time when Shane Anderson took over, and they went 2-8. And then remember, it was 5-6. There was a moment there. He went 3-7. He stepped away. He was going to do something else. And there's some guys that got involved and say, "What are you doing? Fight this thing through." And then 8-4, 12-1, and they're trying to start 1-0. Webb in the shotgun. Gaither to his left. Wiseman in motion. Wiseman tripped in the backfield, and Sunnyvale. Max Makeda for a loss of 5 and blows that up, and Wiseman is down. That play has worked all night long, but Sunnyvale came up big.
Makeda sold out for it. He knew it was coming, and he was going to stop it no matter what, and that's how it happened.
And Sunnyvale has all the momentum in this game with 8:21 to go. They're going to go against this wind, but they haven't thrown the ball really too much deep. That 1 or 2 times they took some shots with the wind behind them, and now the Conley defense is going to have to win this game. Wiseman also has to come out. Wisner has to come out, excuse me. He got tripped up in the backfield. He had no chance. Makeda just bullseyed him. Trey Wisner has to come out of the game, and remember, he's also a starting corner. So in the game is Taylor, who made a huge play on the tackle of Gaither. First down, keeper right side, cuts it back, and he got about 5. This game's starting to come kind of a slugfest. LaMarcus McDonald made the tackle, and a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. Not sure why they stopped the clock. Not sure exactly what they're doing here. Now they're still stopping the clock. The referee is from the Waco chapter. Maybe the clock ran a little bit and they want to put a couple of seconds on it. I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with the clock running because it was not a first down. It's a gain of 5. They want to put time back on the clock. Jake Taylor, the quarterback, picked up 5. He has minus 10 yards rushing because he's been sacked.
The biggest, the baddest, and proven to be the best. Ram is back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now,
would mean nothing because the only thing that counts is 32-25. 74 yards rushing for Sunnyvale, 60 yards passing. They're within 7. And Connolly has over 400 yards rushing. It's all about field position, mistakes, creating other points outside of offense and defense. Taylor, 2nd and 5. Rolls to his left, far side, throws, sideline. It's underthrown and incomplete. It's 3rd down. And there was a little tug on Pullen. Noah McDill was the intended receiver. And that time, Torrey Pullen had a little tug as he was trying to get it. Taylor, it's 3rd down. And they'll say actually 3rd down and 6.
And the whole offense is open for you right now. If you're Sunnyvale, you got plenty of time. You don't have to rush into anything. So I'm kind of surprised they threw on 2nd out after getting, 4 or 5 yards on 1st.
Arinze's in the game, the big back, 6'1", 210. 3rd down for Sunnyvale at their 35. Here comes the blitz on the outside. Taylor steps up, throws, sideline pass, overshoots his intended receiver, Makeda. And they brought both corner blitz on Wiggins. And I think I also brought Gaither. And it's 4th down, Sunnyvale at their 35-yard line.
Yeah, that was just, bring the house from the outside and make sure the quarterback doesn't get a good look. And that's exactly why he overthrew the ball. He had too many people in his face and couldn't see where he was going with it.
This team has set back the passing game a little bit, huh? In a day and age of course, the wind does affect it a lot because it is blowing very heavy. Here comes Makeda, and let's see if he can launch one against this wind. Has time, gets off a rugby kick, and he does. Just sails it down the right sideline, and now we'll just see on where they mark it. The line judge is going to say at the Conley 32-yard line. 32-yard line is defense. You got to give them credit because they at least gave the ball back to the offense when that could have been one of those methodical drives by Sunnyvale against the wind. It didn't work out. 7:42 to go in the fourth quarter. Conley 32, Sunnyvale 25, and Now we'll see what the Cadets offense can possibly do. And also check, Wisner did come back in, and he's back in for this series as well. Webb the quarterback, Gaither the running back, Wisner kind of the slot receiver, and De La Fuente the H-back to the near side. First down at the 37. Here's Gaither left side.
And he drills it to right field. Way back at the wall.
45 midfield. Sunnyvale yards.
I'd like to say that this is the Paul Catalina player profile boost, but I know I had nothing to do with this. No.
Yeah, that's like
God did this well before I got involved.
Yeah. The Gaither family had a lot to do with this.
Yeah, that's
Conley moves into Sunnyvale territory at the 49, and Kavion now with 30 carries for 230 yards. And now under 7:15 to go in this game, but Conley still has to get something out of it with the split backs in the gun. Webb, Wisner right side, breaks the first tackle, breaks another tackle, 40, goodbye, split it open. My goodness. Shot out of a gun. Trey Wisner, touchdown, 49 yards. 38-25 Conley. He has what I don't want to call it world-class speed. That would be stupid, but my goodness, at the high school level, speed that you just can't teach.
No, you can't. And he's just a sophomore. He's only going to get better and better, and really has a good feel for the game and a nose for finding that open space.
Two running backs over 200 yards now with that run by Wisner. Here's Morales with the extra point, and it's good. There's a flag down after the play from the umpire, and I'm not sure exactly who it is. 6:56 to go in the game. Conley 39-25. That looked like it might have been another play or a penalty after the play. We'll see what they do as Shane Anderson's about 30 yards onto the field. That means you should go in the timeout corner. Conley by 14, 39-25 over Sunnyvale. Kavion Gaither, 230 yards on 30 carries. Wisner has 12 carries for 204 and 3 scores. This is SicEm365 Radio, and also KIXT Hewitt, Waco, Belmead, Waco's only class.
The biggest, the best. Ram is back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now, get the Ram you've been waiting for less from your friend in the car business, Alan Samuels. A new loaded-up 2020 Ram 1500 Longhorn 4x4. Now with a whopping $12,000 off, and first responders receive an additional $500. Big summer clearance event savings from the Ram leader, Alan Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Ask for details. All offers with approved credit.
Sophomore, both of them have exploded in this game, over 200 yards, 5 touchdowns combined. 6:56 to go, fourth quarter. Conley lead is back to 14.
2 plays, 68 yards, just 46 seconds off the clock, and Wisner's 49-yard run made it 39-25. And Smokey, I would have thought that maybe not shaving some time off the clock would have been bad, but really they needed a big play like that.
Yeah, no, they did, and yeah, they have not been able to break loose. The one time they did, it was a holding call. That was a post-play penalty against Sunnyvale, so Morales just blows it right through the back of the end zone. Literally just got an airborne and let that wind take over, coming out of the south. Craig, you've done a lot of games with us. At Wisner, the speed, we know Gaither's the bell cow and has speed as well, but the speed that Wisner has when he sees an opening is obviously electrifying.
Yeah, no, he can boot. He can scoot and boogie all at the same time. He's an incredible athlete. He's got that kind of long, wiry frame that you're always looking for, just super athletic type. And he and Gaither have been quite the combo tonight, and I expect they will be the rest of the season.
So now Sunnyvale comes back on the field offensively. Makeda throws a sideline pass and underthrows his intended receiver at about the 38. They've used Taylor, they've used Yates, and they've also used Makeda, and it's second down and 10. You know, when I was talking to John Settle, and I've known Shane Anderson since the first year we started doing Midway back in the day. the 2011 season under Terry Gamble. But John Settle was at Dangerfield on that team that allowed 8 points in 16 games, 14 shutouts, ended with 13 in a row. One of them was against Robinson. Kevin Hoffman was at Robinson. And he went, his head coaching job, his first job was at Brownsboro. Did a nice job there. 83-20, though, at Sunnyvale. And he told me, he goes, we may run out of gas. And they really didn't do that. They may have done that in the second quarter. It looks like they were gassed in the second quarter. But they have just over like 130 or 40 yards of offense. And he's on the field wanting to know what the call was after the play. They marked off 5 yards against the Raiders. It's 1st and 15. But I can imagine as well that for Shane Anderson, I'll be blunt with you. You know what he told me? He goes, if we don't play pretty well, if we don't get like sharp, we could be 0-3.
Yeah.
Because Sunnyvale's a quality program. La Vega and Springtown. Here's Arinze off the left side for about 6 or 7. You could see if they get the lead with someone like him or Taylor that just pound the ball, could be tough to beat.
But they're going to have to, be more diverse on offense.
Yeah.
Of course, they lost a really good quarterback. I mean, Trip Makeda, when you look at his stats.
Yeah, 8,000 yards worth.
Yeah.
2nd down and 8. This is Makeda. Gets around Wiggins. Pressure, throws, incomplete, tapped away. Nice play by LaMarcus McDonald. He gets a big hug from one of the coaches. That's got everything. That's just so different. 3rd and 7 now for Sunnyvale at their 27-yard line.
McDonald really laid out. Great play he made.
He had the critical fumble at the end of the first half, when that was kind of a moment when Sunnyvale was trying to cut the lead. It also would have started the third quarter with the ball. 6:16 to go. This broadcast, of course, thanks to JC and Chewy back in the studio. The Eagle, 106.7. Deontay Epps producing the mothership here.
Jason Jennings in his major league debut.
Davis, our spotter, delay of game against Sunny. And oh, by the way, it's kind of another way that's different about this. There are some college games coming up, like Central Arkansas and whoever. And there's other games this weekend. You never thought it would be such a big deal, but it is. It's kind of weird because 5As and 6As aren't playing for another month or close to that. Here's the snap from Makeda, 3rd and 11. They have Arinze to his left. 4-man front for Conley. Gaither on the right edge. Here's Makeda, throws it underneath, incomplete to McDill, and now Sunnyvale will punt. And then there's no football. I mean, like Baylor was going to play. Now it's not till September 12th. Some other schools not till the end of September. The Big Ten,
Yeah, it doesn't feel like the season has started yet, even though we're here at a game.
It is, and it counts. And it's good to win this one because of what you have coming up.
We haven't had meaningless preseason football games on the air.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. And, the NBA got stopped for a while. Baseball's had some stoppage.
Yeah, I've been watching hockey the last couple nights, so I haven't thinking about football at all.
Here's Makeda with another moonshot. He could punt it even really well into the 30-mile-an-hour wind. Dribbles down inside the Conley 35, and the Cadets will take over halfway through. 6:01 to go in the fourth quarter. The post-game, we'll have an interview with Shane Anderson. We'll hear from a player or two with Craig Smoke, Texas Tour Gear sideline report, our stats and highlights. Gatesville losing now fourth quarter to Llano 45-16. Burnett 46-6 fourth quarter over Jarrell. China Springs 74, Benbrook 35. I wonder if Abdallah, they got Major Bowden, who's an athlete. They like him as well, along with Faulkner back for another year, one of the quarterbacks. Robinson wins their opener, 26-21 against Taylor. And Salado is now up 19. They have beaten Troy, 46-27. That's a great win for Alan Hare and Salado. De La Fuente is the H-back. They'll keep feeding Gaither on the left side. Gets a block. Weisner gives him a block, and he reaches the corner and close to a first down at the 44, and he does. 10 more.
I mean, he did go out of bounds, but that's fine.
240 yards on 31 carries. Wisner has about 1/3 the carries. Has 3 explosive plays. Gaither is the straw that stirs that drink. Wisner is a sophomore. First down, Cadets at the 44. Wisner right side. Here he goes again. My goodness, 40. Wisner 30. Wisner 20, 10, 5. Welcome to the show. 56 yards. 5:45 to go, and Trey Wisner got a block from a wide receiver downfield. It might have been Miles, I'm not sure. And Trey Wisner gives the Cadets now a 3-touchdown lead, and yet another explosive play from the sophomore.
Yeah, the last 2 drives have been 2 plays in 68 yards in 46 seconds and 2 plays in 66 yards in 16 seconds.
262 yards on 13 carries for Trey Wisner. 262 for Wisner and 4 touchdowns. Here's Morales with the extra point, and the kick is up and good. Don't ever forget the snap. That's from E.J. Torres. It's 46-25. Connolly leads Sunnyvale with 5:45 to go, and the Cadets are now starting to just plow up huge numbers. Well over 500 yards rushing. Nearly 500 by Gaither and Wisner by themselves. Cadets football. Connolly Cadets football continues on 106.7 The Eagle.
How can we help you? That's a question we ask every day at American Bank. Hi, I'm President and CEO Dana Hassel. Our commitment to our customers is what drives us. It's why we've invested in new branch buildings and technology like ITMs that let you speak to a teller face-to-face from your car. It's why we work with local businesses, helping Waco grow and thrive. And it's why decisions about your accounts and loans are made here in Waco by people who know you. How can we help you? Find out at American Bank, member FDIC.
Some of these records that Javion Sunday put up. Wisner 4 touchdowns, Gaither with 2, but now Wisner with 260 yards. 5'11", 180-pound sophomore with explosive speed.
Yeah, he's fantastic. 2 plays, 66 yards. His 56-yard run makes it 46-25. 5:45 left to go in the game. Connolly leads.
But man, I'm telling you right now, this is an impressive. Kind of like, okay, we let them get back in, and they did with Sunnyvale, and now they're going to try to put them out, go for the kill shot. Here's McDill from about the 20. He's tripped up by Wiggins. Jamari Wiggins trips him up at the 27-yard line. So they have the running back, and again, you don't replace Javen Sunday. You just don't. But
Live Radio is presented by IdealMRI.com.
About what they can do with the running game, and let's not forget Jermaine Spurlark, Torrey Pullen, Cody Kaufman, Kobe Gray, and Junior Beatty. And there was a little bit of, okay, we got to get a couple of these guys set. And they have mauled Sunnyvale's.
The MRIs for $497 or less.
They really have. And that's the, look, the running backs are fantastic, but this offensive line has just been nearly perfect today.
They're not going to probably get to the record. Josh Terrell has the school record of 200 in 2013, Sunnyvale, for a couple of 3 yards off left tackle. Josh Terrell in 2013 against China Spring ran for 353 yards. Christian Brown, dad's a mailman, had 322 in 2014 against Lorena. Sunday, 294, 287, 285, 263 are the next in the last 3 years for Connolly. Gaither's career high is 248. He's approaching that. Second down and 7, back to throw. This is Rigdon Yates. Little bubble screen for no gain. Better job by Connolly swarming to the football on the catch by Brendan Gomez.
And here another 3rd and long situation. Sunnyvale's not set up for these. They just really aren't.
Third down and long, 3rd and 7. 4.5 to go, 4th quarter. Rigdon Yates is coming to the game. John Settle giving a lot of his backups now a chance to play. Here's a handoff, hit in the backfield, breaks a tackle, and then still loses a couple of yards. Nice job off by, is that Brooks Williams? Ashton Brooks Williams, is that right? Ashton Brooks Williams, the 5'10", 175-pound junior. Handoff that time was to Matt Levitt. Did a nice job of breaking the first tackle, but still lost 2 yards, and Sunnyvale will punt with 4 minutes to go. And now it's just winding down the clock.
I also think, Smokey, because of COVID-19 and all this scheduling madness that they have, this is truly a year where the coaches won't have to sell. Sunnyvale's not going to have to sell that this game doesn't mean anything too hard to their team, because they're just happy to be back out here getting a chance to do it right now.
Here's another punt. Well, they got some guys who can punt it. That's not a good thing. I mean, it is. Usually the guys that lead the nation, and Sunnyvale's going to be fine. The end. That ball traveled down to the 25-yard line. This is a 47-yard punt against the wind. I don't know what goes on in between plays, but the referee of the Waco chapter is just constantly over here barking at the Connolly sideline. Man, take a deep breath. Chuck Lewis is going to be so mad at me for... He's just take a deep breath. It's 46-25. Been in a bad mood all day. Football's here, man.
Yeah. But like I said,
am I right? It just seemed like he's just been barking all night long.
But so don't you think it'll be an easier sell for Sunnyvale and teams that lose this first week in non-district? Because sometimes, you play a big non-district game and you think you got to...
By the way, so Jelani McDonald is in.
MRI.com. Your health is important. So is your budget.
Now they bring out John Mayer. So they put Mayer out here from 51.
Fumbles the snap and goes to lay on it back. He's a sophomore, too. Favorite players.
So tall.
Yes. And then they bring... So...
Tall people, they're tall people. I get it.
They bring Jelani McDonald in the game. He bobbles a snap, and there's 3:11 to go. And then they bring Tyler Webb back in the game as well. Also... Jermone Powell in the game. This is Brooks Williams, Ashton Brooks Williams off the right side. He turns the corner. Outside of the flag. Here comes another holding call. Oy vey. 3 minutes left. 2:53. 46-25. Thanks to Connolly ISD. Connolly Independent School District, where environment influences learning at connolly.org.
My sister is a teacher at Connolly ISD School System.
Oh, is that right?
She does. She teaches 5th grade.
Connolly's third highest stat outside of Gaither and Weisner with 502 yards rushing are the 5 holding calls. They're going to put up 46 points with no yards passing. I mean, that's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to throw it next week. You know that Don Hyde... Boy, he and that Don Hyde is like Shane Anderson's. That's the guy for him. Here's Ashton Brooks Williams again. Got about 4 or 5 out to the 23-yard line. Connolly just trying to run out the clock with 2:30 to go. Going to end up being close to 550, 60 yards rushing. Think about that. You have 260-some yards rushing, and you're still 100 yards behind Josh Terrell for the school record.
He had a nice day.
Yeah, he was really, I remember him, very good player. 2 minutes left. Webb in the shotgun. He'll give it to Williams again. Outside the 25 to about, that's Jermone Powell for about 4 out to the 26-yard line. A lot of guys getting a chance to... So here's what we do next week. I don't know what. It's going to be Willie Williams Stadium. Pirates and the Cadets, 10 minutes separate each other?
Yeah.
Right there off the lake shore.
Is it 10?
Well, I mean, with the traffic on 35, it could be 10 hours.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
The longest road trip we have this year, at least in 9 games, if we get to them, is Gerald. Other than that, the 2 road trips are China Spring and La Vega.
Yeah.
About equal distance from... Here's a snap to Morales.
That's also something they're going to need to work on, is that long snap on the punt.
Laird with the catch, he gets out to about the 47. Yeah, that's a little wobbly. So now Sunnyvale with 1:10 to go will take over and see what they can possibly do. Thanks to Vicky and Ed Mazonik and our good friend Aaron Miner, Mazonik Construction. Taylor Bledsoe at Sturgis Steel, Graham Properties, Jenner Jones, Stuart Parsons at Parsons Roofing, and American Bank with Cassie Bowers. And I got to tell you, Dominique it's hard not for me to say that. Dominique Williams, the U.S. Army recruiting company in Waco, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, whether it's Jimmy Green or it's Bubba Galvan or it's Carl Ellis and Mike Garrick, we appreciate them, the McLennan County agents for Texas Farm Bureau Insurance.
I'm sure Neek from Atlanta Hawks wants people to join the Army. I mean,
Southwest
he's an
Sports
American
Medicine with Cameron Koffold, Matt Rohrer. They've been with us from the beginning. Stop by and see one of the agents. 3 McLennan County locations. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, protecting Texans for over 50 years. And you know what? They had to probably get ramped up and ready because of Hurricane Laura. That's what they do. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, GoArmy.com at 254-598-8131. Conley had to call a timeout as they started this defensive series with 1:10 to go. And also, a special thanks to Hector Sabito and also J.C. King, Chewy, Bill McCutcheon with the radio group when I contacted them to see if they'd be interested in carrying Conley football or any high school football we were going to do. They absolutely were thrilled, and we're thrilled to be a part of it as well. Here's Rigdon Yates, throws the ball deep downfield. He's got Ivy, and the pass is batted away and incomplete. Very nice coverage down the field by Jesse Shepard. 1:02 to go. First Central Credit Union is the title sponsor of the broadcast on the radio. And there's a lot of moving parts because we have the app, which is brought to you by Allen Samuels, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, the SicEm365 app, which is phenomenal. And then online, and the radio, and Facebook, and Periscope, and YouTube, and it's all working. And back to throw Yates. Throws a deep out. This is not going to get anywhere near the intended receiver, and it's incomplete. Also, thanks to Glenn Lott, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. They provide me with barbecue. Go down to various local schools. I'll be at La Vega next week, along with Conley. Thanks to Glenn Lott at Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. The post-game show brought to you by American Bank. Face-to-face banking, state-of-the-art technology, local decisions at American Bank. Here's Rigdon Yates off the left side for 4 or 5 yards. It'll be 4th down and down to maybe one more play here. Greg Smoke will hear from Shane Anderson.
I wonder who we can talk to after the game for players of the game. It's going to be a tough one to dive deep in. There's a couple guys.
It's going to be up to Shane Anderson probably. What is that?
That's the PA system.
PA system, like electrocuted or something. Here's Rigdon Yates off the left side, and he's hitting the backfield by Ashton Williams. And nice job by Ashton Brooks Williams, excuse me. That'll stop Sunnyvale short of the first down with 16 seconds to go.
Given my day earlier, I really hope that that's not my fault.
So Conley will take a knee with 16 seconds to go in the game, up 46-25. We'll have the American Bank postgame show. We'll have the player interview with Shane Anderson, and then also have stats and highlights of the game. Statistically, absolute landslide one-sided for the Cadets in the running game. And each team turned the ball over, one time. Pick 6 on the 3rd throw of the game by Tyler Webb that gave Sunnyvale an 8-0 lead, and you're like, whoa. And then also the fumble that was forced with LaMarcus McDonald at the end of the first half. That was a big play if you look back at it in quite a bit throughout this. Trey Weisner, 5'11", 180-pound senior. Tall, has a lean to him. And he's a game changer.
He is. They can 1-2 punch you pretty well.
You know, they could just unplug the PA. If that's probably wouldn't hurt my feelings much.
Look, if this was a critical
like a
moment,
lion roar.
if there's a critical moment in the game where you're trying to figure out, we got to get back on and tell people that they're about to take a knee. Yeah,
Tyler Webb's going to take a knee and wrap this one up. And Conley starts the 2020 year in what has been a crazy year in 2020. And this tonight had all sorts of ups and downs, but in the end, the Cadets win the opener against Sunnyvale, and they win by 21, 46-25. John Settle and Shane Anderson both meet near midfield. This was a game that was not originally planned. Conley was supposed to play Life Waxahachie, and then all of a sudden, McLennan County, of course, had the shutdown, and Sunnyvale was going through it. They decided to play. Sunnyvale was also looking at possibly playing even La Vega. That didn't work out. John Settle now goes down the line to congratulate all of the Connolly players and all the teams now. This is kind of what you have now. They all spread out. Everybody faces each other. And they just kind of probably say, hey, they wave at each other, then they go to the locker rooms because, of course, of the concerns with COVID. And everyone that has been here tonight, hope they've been smart and hope you are as well. So when we come back, the postgame, we'll have Shane Anderson in a moment. 46-25, Conley beats Sunnyvale. This is SicEm365 Radio and the Eagle, 106.7 The Eagle.
Parsons Roofing has been serving Central Texas since 1948, and we can handle your commercial roofing needs from repair to re-roofing. And no one handles more school than Parsons Roofing. Parsons Roofing has been named Contractor of the Year for 14 consecutive years. Parsons Roofing, a name Central Texans have trusted for over 70 years. It's not just a roof, it's our reputation. You can contact us today for a free roof evaluation, including hail claims at 877-881-1733 or on the web at parsonsroofing.com.
How can we help you? That's a question we ask every day at American Bank. Hi, I'm President and CEO Dana Hassel. Our commitment to our customers is what drives us. It's why we've invested in new branch buildings and technology like ITMs that let you speak to a teller face-to-face from your car. It's why we work with local businesses, helping Waco grow and thrive. And it's why decisions about your accounts and loans are made here in Waco by people who know you. How can we help you? Find out at American Bank, member FDIC.
Bank is our sponsor of the post-game show of Connolly Cadets football. Stuart Parsons and Parsons Roofing are Shane Anderson post-game and halftime interview, and Craig Smoke with Shane Anderson. Craig?
Coach, 46-25, the final. The Cadets are 1-0. How are you feeling tonight?
Oh, we feel great. Just super proud of our kids and super proud of our coaches, man, to game plan somebody with no film. I mean, these guys didn't scrimmage, and we didn't have anything but some film from last year, and our coaches did a hell of a job.
You had some big performances tonight offensively, and we talked about Kavion Gaither at halftime, but Trey Wisner, I think he's got a future, Coach.
Yeah, Trey Wisner's a special individual, and, we got a lot of kids that are special. We got a lot of kids that love playing football and just, trying to live up to the standard we set, and that's what we're talking about all year, is just kind of living up to that standard.
How big is it to just have tonight happen and be complete and have a game and have these players out here playing?
It's pretty special. I'm telling you, a month and a half ago, I didn't know if these seniors were going to get an opportunity to do this, and we're going to cherish every day, and we're going to make the most of it, and we get to do this, and that's what we're going to talk to our kids about. This is a get-to deal. We don't have to be out here, and we're going to cherish every moment.
I know you're going to enjoy it tonight. Big week next week, Coach, and we'll see you there.
It's going to be a big one.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you.
All right, great job, Craig Smoke. And Shane Anderson, the emotions of what is a very good question about just being here tonight. And he, you could feel the lip quivering and the emotions right there. Craig will get Kavion Gaither after the team meets with Shane Anderson. That's really how every coach feels and felt tonight and feels throughout, many things because of all the delays and much more. We break right here?
You want to wait for KG or not?
Yeah, well,
so we have to stop it.
You want to finish up the rest?
It starts over
again. Okay,
so.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, Shane Anderson's talking to his team. They're all kneeled down in front of him on the other side, Sunnyvale, thanking the fans that came in from to the north and east part of the Dallas, east part of Dallas as well. And 46-25, Conley. We're going to have stats. We're going to have highlights as well. We're going to keep it here. And then as soon as Shane Anderson's done, Craig can grab Kavion Gaither. Wisner will end up with a more spectacular stats. 13 carries, averaged 20 yards a carry, 4 touchdowns of 49, 56, 55, and 22 yards. 262 yards. Gaither ended up with 240 on 31 carries 42-yard touchdown and a 19-yard touchdown. But he had a lot of the big runs when it was needed, physical, the 3rd and 3s and the 3rd and 2s and 2nd and 8. He got 7. And Connolly ends up winning the game 46-25. Shane Anderson has completed his post-game talk with the team. And Connolly, last year, remember, they were 12-0 before losing to Gilmer in the postseason to close out their year. They opened up with a win. And this was a non-district schedule that was going to push them to the extreme because of Sunnyvale, 12-1 last year, and much more as well. And then La Vega, and then Springtown, and much more. Here's Craig Smoke with Kavion Gaither.
Here with Kavion Gaither, Cadets winners tonight in game number 1. And Kavion, just to be here tonight, to be able to play, to have a game, and to get a win on top of that, just how special is that for you?
Man, it's just a blessing, you know. I would have never expected to play with the circumstances we're dealing with, and I'm just glad we got the chance to, and I'm proud of my team, man. We did a great job tonight.
How did it feel to just be out there and to see somebody different in front of you? Like, I know you got scrimmage and stuff, but what was that like?
It's like a dream come true, man, just being able to beat up on somebody, man. It's a great feeling.
You had a huge night tonight. How good were you feeling? And, I mean, obviously your vision was there, your moves were there, but you and Trey Wisner teaming up for quite the night on the ground.
Yes, sir. Me and Trey Wisner back there, you know, that's a dangerous duo. But we just did our thing. We read our keys and did our job for the main part.
So what do you think this team has to do now? You've been here, done that before. Obviously enjoy it tonight, and then I guess getting back to work for you guys?
I think the one thing we need to probably do is just work on our passing game. I feel like if we can just work on our passing, making sure just keep the defense honest, you know, that's a big goal of ours. We have a great team, great O-line, great everything all around.
Yeah, man, it was special watching you and Trey and others do your thing tonight. I know it's a big one next week, but enjoy tonight, man. We're glad to be out here with you guys, and we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Craig, thank you. That's Kavion Gaither, the player post-game interview brought to you by First National Bank of Central Texas, offering a selection of products designed to help you maximize your personal and business finances. Locations at Valley Mills, off Valley Mills in Waco, 84 in Woodway, also in Mart, Hillsboro, and also China Spring as well. We're going to have the highlights. Kavion Gaither and Trey Wiseman will decide on who's going to be the player of the game. Honestly, that was the interview with Kavion. But Trey Wiseman's going to be hard to beat when it comes to player of the game. The player of the game, it might have been on every time either one of them touched the football. Also, special thanks to Marvin Roach, attorney and legal services, a Connolly alum, one of the contributors of Connolly football, 254-754-0394. When we come back, we'll update District 948 tonight. Also, the stats and the highlights. Connolly 46, Sunnyvale 25, 106.7 The Eagle, and SicEm365 Radio.
I hate my job, but I don't mind getting up in the morning. I dread each day, but I can't wait to get out of bed. You ask me why, and what I'll say to you is true. Well, you can get breakfast tacos at Rudy's Barbecue. Scrambled eggs and brisket, they ain't fooling around. Salsa drap, son, they're the best in town. Barbecue for breakfast, yes, it's true. Put a smile on your morning at Rudy's Barbecue. Next in line.
At Ideal MRI, we feel blessed to be a part of the Waco community. We're a small family business right here in Central Texas, and our goal is to bring down the cost of health care while maintaining high quality. At times like this, the cost of health care has never been more important, and unfortunately, significant illnesses and injuries still occur. That's why Ideal MRI is open and here to serve you through the difficult time. We offer premium MRIs just like a hospital with state-of-the-art technology and specialists, but you'll pay less. Sometimes thousands of dollars less, whether you're using insurance or not. At Ideal MRI, we accept most insurance and there are no hidden costs. Even offering financing if that's needed, everything included in the price, and you'll not get something as a surprise in the mail later on. If you need an MRI, ask your doctor about Ideal MRI. They'll know. You can schedule an appointment safely from home online in minutes at idealmri.com or give us a call, 833-IDEAL-MRI, idealmri.com.
Car has the trucks, man. They have the one for you. Crew cab, short or long bed, silver, black or blue. Texas size selection, great prices too. Richard Carr, he has the truck for you. Carr has the trucks, man. He has the truck you need. If you want want the best truck, you want a GMC. Texas size selection, great prices too. Richard Carr, they have the truck for you.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible challenge. Hi, this is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help. With remarkable products like First Free Checking, we've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. The First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Waco's newest gym, Halo Athletic Center, 5725 Bagby Avenue, right behind Region 12 and across the highway from the Central Texas Marketplace, where motivation, inspiration, and hard work are the driving force. State-of-the-art equipment, indoor and outdoor track, locker rooms, showers, yoga and bar classes by Duality Yoga, Bod Pod potty composition analysis, and registered dietitians, all under one roof, where we rise above. Come join the Halo Athletic Center and be a part of the change. Your change.
Stepping into the boots of a U.S. Army officer can add confidence and leadership skills to your son or daughter's career path. See all the things they can achieve in our boots at GoArmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543.
The Connolly Cadets Stat of the Game is sponsored by Willis Law Firm. Willis Law Firm. We strive to provide excellent service to meet or exceed our clients' expectations at thewillisgroup.com.
594 yards of rushing offense for the Connolly Cadets. 594 yards rushing for Connolly. And that's all they had on offense. They didn't have to throw the ball much. They will have to throw the ball, and they'll have to get better with that. They have to get on the same page. That just didn't work. And then again, they didn't have to really force the issue. The wind also at times was the issue. But 594 yards for Connolly on offense in the running game. That's just an insane number. I think in all of my years of broadcasting games on the radio, there's been a few times when teams have had 500 or 600, 700 yards rushing, just got out of hand. That's one of the highest totals I can remember. Stats brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, Real Texas Barbecue, with 2 locations, I-35 in Waco and on 190 in Killeen. Next in line, thanks to Glenn and Val for their support of Connolly football and SicEm365 radio. Kavion Gaither, 31 carries, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sophomore Trey Wisner, 13 carries, 262 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Tyler Webb, 4 carries for 56 yards. Jamari Wiggins had 6 carries for 25. Powell had 1 carry for 4. And also, Brooks Williams had 2 carries for 8 yards. 594 yards rushing. I know you just talked to Craig, but you gotta feel pretty good about just getting this one in, and then the way you ran the football, considering who you lost to college.
Yeah, no doubt. What about that defense, though? Oh, I mean, that's the thing. You come in here tonight and play defense, and just hats off to our coaching staff for putting a game plan together with no film.
I think they had less than 100 yards rushing, and I know they had less than 100 yards passing. Yeah, but they had some short field things, the snap on the punt, that hurt you. Short field touchdown a couple of times with the kicking game, clean that up a little bit. That's a dominant effort. I know they didn't get the scrimmage, but you could see if they get the lead and they run that power game, they could be a problem.
Oh, there's no doubt. They're a great football team, and they're going to win that district up there, and they're going to be a 2, 3, maybe 4-round team up there. And so, it just, goes to show you where we're at as a team and where our kids are at. And, I thought we had a great team effort all the way around.
So you just came up here just to say hi. And by the way, we had a great time. It's great to be a part of this. Mac People Stadium. You guys are having a great run at Connolly. Appreciate all you and all the great sponsors we have, your school district as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I just wanted to come up here and tell you guys thanks. It's first time in school history we've had some big-time guys up here doing this.
Well, thank you, man. That means a lot. I got to tell you, I got Weisner and Gaither mixed up a little bit. I don't know why, because Weisner looks like a gazelle. Gaither looks like whatever he wants to be. Where did Weisner play JV last year? Where did he come from?
He's a sophomore. He played on our freshman team last year, and he moved in from Mahia last year, and he played on our freshman team, and he's a special talent. We've kind of tried not to put too much on him, because he's a two-way player, and didn't want to put too much on his plate, but I think he showed us tonight he can handle it.
He's got a speed that, it's good, and then he has that speed that goes to the next gear.
Yeah.
There's a couple of times where it's like he's shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, he's pretty special.
I thought that little tank you have, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like he came out of that a couple of
there's no doubt. Yeah, we're named after the Air Force cadets, so
I
you
know.
think there'd be a plane flying around
like
instead
an
of a tank.
F-15 or something
but
like that.
ROTC, they do a great job.
Man, that's awesome. Congratulations. We're thrilled to be a part of it now. Here we go, baby. Set up with your great friend Don Hyde.
Yeah, I didn't even see their score yet from tonight.
They were up 21-0 at halftime. I think it was 20-0. Yeah.
They're ranked number 1 in the state in 4A Division I for a reason, and Coach Hyde's done an unbelievable job over there. And I know that all of Central Texas is disappointed that there's going to be a limit on the game, because I think if this COVID deal wasn't here, it'd be standing room only.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. Well, we'll see you, Tuesday. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of it. 106.7 The Eagle. Want to say hi to them as well.
Yep. Thank you, guys, and appreciate everybody that's been involved in this deal, all our sponsors, and all you guys for all the hard work y'all put into to make this happen.
Thanks for the setup here, Shane. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shane since he was
you guys.
assistant with Terry Gamble at Midway. 46-25. Conley beats Sunnyvale to open up the year. 594 yards rushing for Sunnyvale tonight. Under 100 yards rushing. Arinze was their leading rusher, 7 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. And they threw for 60 yards as well. They just didn't have anything that got going on offense, as Shane was talking about how the defense played. We're back in a moment with the highlights of Conley 46, Sunnyvale 25. And this is SicEm365 Radio 106.7 The Eagle.
The SicEm365.
Texas Board Certified Personal Injury Trial Lawyer and Baylor alum David Willis and Baylor alum Parker Willis are ready to help if you or a loved one has been wrongfully injured in an auto accident, SUV rollover, industrial accident, 18-wheeler crash, or were seriously injured by a defective product or recalled drug. Call them for a confidential and free case consultation at 1-800-GOT-HURT or visit them at texastriallawyer.com, principal office in Houston, Texas.
Masonic Construction is celebrating 52 years as an award-winning, family-owned and operated business excelling in general construction and construction management. Masonic Construction is proud to support Connolly ISD's tradition of excellence in education and athletics, including owners calling Connolly High their alma mater, Vicky Masonic, class of 1974, and Aaron Miner from the class of 2002. Masonic Construction, celebrating 50-plus years by building trust with quality work. MasonicConstruction.com.
First Central Credit Union has expanded our playbook. Ready to kick off as a first-time home buyer? Having a hard time making the first down? First Central's open door mortgage loans up to 95% of the appraised home value. Our starting lineup includes low closing costs, no points, low origination fees, flexible terms, and competitive rates. Thinking about mortgage refinancing? This play works for you too. Apply online at firstcentralcu.com. We are opening doors to home ownership at First Central.
Some restrictions apply. Rates subject to change. Equal housing lender. Member NCUA.
Have you seen the bleachers and grandstands at Baylor University, McLennan Community College, throughout Waco, Midway, Riesel, Mart, Marlin, La Vega, and Connolly ISD? They all have one name in common, Sturdisteel, an industry-leading fabricator of engineered seating solutions. There's no substitute for knowledge and experience. Sturdisteel has both, with more combined experience in the business than anyone else in the industry. Sturdisteel is quality from the ground up. We don't just build grandstands and bleachers, we build trust. Sturdisteel.com.
You want to know why Stonewood Dental is so successful? Listen to what happy customers have to say.
It's pleasant. It's different than any other dentist office. I really feel like they care. And it's not that you're here for 2 hours waiting on someone to take care of you. It's quick and easy, and I bring my kids, and my kids love being here too. They really love the treasure box. staff is really nice and accommodating, real friendly. You feel more like home. It's not sterile looking. Everybody has their own personalized rooms with decorations and decor, and they'll even have a blanket for you when it's cold. I've recommended people to actually come here, and they are patients now. I really love it here. It feels like family.
Learn more, stonewood-dental.com.
Tonight's game highlights are brought to you by Stonewood Dental. Stonewood Dental is your one-stop shop for all your dental needs, and your comfort is our priority at stonewood-dental.com.
At Mac People Stadium, Conley defeats Sunnyvale 46-25. Here are the highlights of how we got to this point. Opening drive of the game, Conley with senior quarterback Tyler Webb. First two passes, one should have been caught, the other one was not a good throw, and this one started the scoring for tonight's game. 3rd and 6, Webb throws a quick out pass, intercepted. This will be a pick six. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Sunnyvale. With a pick six, went about 50 yards, and then Sunnyvale lines up for two, and they score 8-0. A minute 37 into this game. But Conley bounced back, and it was a part of a bounce-back drive led by Tyler Webb because of this particular run that got them going. Split backs with Webb in the gun. Snap, left side, Gaither. No, Webb keeps it right side, 30, cuts it upfield, first down, 40. Tyler Webb, 50. Webb sideline break, block downfield, Bronche Miles. He goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Tyler Webb with a 42-yard run. This drive ended up being 5 plays and 75 yards, and welcome to varsity football, Trey Wisner. So 2nd down and 2 at the 22-yard line of Sunnyvale. Webb again, right side, Gaither. Off the nuts, Wisner again. He might score. He will score. Touchdown. I mispronounced who had the football, and I need to get really ready for that because Trey Wisner is a phenomenal talent. He scored. That was a 30-yard touchdown run. 9:29 to go in the first quarter. 2-point conversion was good by Gaither. We're tied at 8. And then Conley's defense, Conley's offense stalls on the next drive, and then punting against the wind. Morales had one hang up. It kind of shanked it off the right side. Sunnyvale starts at the 28-yard line of Conley, and 2 plays later they retake the lead. The Raiders with the football. Laird in motion right side. Taylor in the gun. Arinze up the right side, and he will score. Touchdown. Touchdown touchdown Sunnyvale. Yard run, 5:45 to go in the first quarter. 15-8 Sunnyvale on a 2-play 28-yard drive. But then Conley started to warm up that running attack in their engine. 5 plays and 51 yards after Wisner ran a kickback near midfield, and Kavion Gaither starts to get going. Webb, this time Gaither left side, has room, bounces, and he will score. Untouched. Touchdown. 19 yards. Webb 15, Morales with the extra point. And so here comes a landslide of points for the Cadets. 15-15. They get the ball back again. 8 plays, 80 yards. It took 3 minutes, 18 seconds off the clock. Here's Webb to Gaither right side. There goes Kavion. Look at him go. What a move. 20. Goodbye. Touchdown. Kavion Gaither, my goodness. 42 yards. Made a move and down to his hand on the ground to keep his balance. The explosion, and then he got tripped up by the safety, put his left arm and the hand on the ground, kept his balance, and scored from 42 yards up. Morales extra point. 10:08 to go in the quarter, halftime, 22-15. Conley with an 8-play, 80-yard drive. And then they go 7 plays, 69 yards, and they had to overcome 3 holding calls. And we heard from Wisner on the 30-yard run. Every time he touched the ball, it seemed like it was like this. This is Wisner up the middle, 50. Wisner, can he get loose? Oh, my goodness, look at him go. 35, 30, 20, inside the 15. Trey Wisner, you're kidding me. Touchdown, 55 yards. Extra point, Morales was good, 3:25 to go in the half, 29-15 Conley. And then Sunnyvale was driving. They were going to get the first possession of the third quarter. So this was a critical drive, even though Conley was up 14. And the Conley defense that held Sunnyvale under 200 yards of total offense picked up their own turnover. Luna in his own little wildcat, he has the first down. Ball came loose, and Conley recovers. He got stuck inside the 20. Fumble recovery by Trey Walker. Trey Walker with the fumble recovery. LaMarcus McDonald was involved in that as well. Halftime, Conley 29 and Sunnyvale 15. Conley started the second half with a 9-play, 53-yard drive that ended in a Morales 22-yard field goal. Sunnyvale countered that with Pacina at a 32-yard field goal, and a very low-scoring third quarter was 32-18 with 2:53 to go in the third quarter. Sunnyvale then took advantage of a bad snap and a punt to Morales, who tried to kick the ball out of bounds at the 5-yard line. That's where Sunnyvale takes over. 2 plays later, they score on a Makeda run, 32-25. Then Conley was able to kind of slow things down. 2 plays, 68 yards, 2 plays, 66-yard drives to cap off the scoring. And here's the sophomore Wisner's third touchdown of the night. Wisner, right side, breaks the first tackle, breaks another tackle, 40, goodbye, split it open. My goodness. Trey Wisner from 49 yards out, 2 plays, 68 yards, took 46 seconds with 6:56 to go, and they have breathing room, 39-25, but not quite yet done until this. Wisner right side, here he goes again, my goodness, 40, Wisner 30, Wisner 20, 10, 5. Welcome to the show. Trey Wisner, 13 carries, 263 yards and 4 touchdowns. The sophomore scored 4 times, 2 touchdown runs, 30, 55, 49, and 56 yards. Our highlights are brought to you by Stonewood Dental. It's one-stop shop for you, your dental needs, and they make comfort their important product to you and the priority for you, the customer, stonewood-dental.com. When we come back, we've given you the stats, we've given you the highlights, the postgame, the interview, Shane Anderson twice. We'll come back and wrap it up from Mac People Stadium. 46-25, Conley beats Sunnyvale. This is 106.7 The Eagle and SicEm365 Radio.
The SicEm365 Radio High School Football Showcase is sponsored by the U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company at GoArmy.com or 254-598-8131.
Stepping into a new pair of boots is great, but stepping into the boots of a U.S. Army officer can also add confidence and leadership skills to your son or daughter's career path. There are more than 150 occupational specialties to help them find the best fit for their future. See all the things your son or daughter can achieve in our boots at GoArmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543.
It was broad daylight. I stepped into a gas station for 5 minutes to grab a snack, and just like that, my car was broken into. They made out like a bandit. My laptop, my phone, everything. I called my agent to see what could be done, and he restored my faith in humanity. My claim was processed so quickly, and I was able to recover my losses.
Stop by and see our agents at one of our 3 McLennan County locations.
Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
SicEm365 Radio's coverage of Texas high school football is sponsored by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, protecting Texans for over 50 years. J.D. Power, highest customer satisfaction among auto insurers in Texas, 9 years in a row.
To wrap it up from Mac People Stadium, 46-25, Conley beats Sunnyvale. Next week at Willie Williams Stadium against the La Vega Pirates. 2 of the last 5 years they've won a state title. 3 of the last 5 years they've played for it, lost to Carthage in the championship game a year ago. Thanks to our core sponsors, our corporate sponsors of Conley football, Masonic Construction, American Bank, Sturda Steel, Graham Properties, and Parsons Roofing. Also, our sponsors of the showcase of high school football coverage on SicEm365 Radio, U.S. Army Waco Recruiting, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, the McLennan County Agents, and also brought to you by Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Trust the doctors that Baylor trusts at Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. And also thanks to First Central Credit Union, our title sponsor of the broadcast on 106.7, The Eagle. It's great to be a part of what they do. And thanks to Chewy, J.C. King, Hector Sabito, and also thanks as well to Bill McCutcheon. Thanks to Paul Catalina, Ryan Davis, Craig Smoke, and Deontay Epps. Thanks to Brian, Ashley, and Colt for the dream of SicEm365 Radio. And thank you for listening whenever you do, however long it might be. Our final, Connolly 46, Sunnyvale 25. I'm David Smoke. Good night from Mac People Stadium at Connolly High.
You've been listening to Connolly Cadets Football on SicEm365 Radio and 106.7 FM The Eagle. Presented by Masonic Construction, building trust with quality work since 1969. Steel spectator seating for grandstands, bleachers, and press boxes with design, engineering, and fabrication at SturdSteel.com. American Bank, face-to-face banking. State-of-the-art technology, local decisions. Parsons Roofing, it's not just a roof, it's our reputation. And Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, and Southwest Sports Medicine. Connolly Cadets Football is also sponsored